Previously on Tales of the Omega Astria, the crew of the Bronze Phoenix continued their trek back to Iva. They were momentarily acquainted with a strange race of fish people who made a trade with Cock, one amulet of his Anofleet church, for a strange blue eye, a gift from their late goddess, whose name I will not say for obvious reasons. They then arrived at the Crone's main headquarters near Big Toe, a metal castle built into the side of a moon called Adon Keep. While at the keep, the crew heard about the devastating attack by the invaders on Elfir and the bombings on Vegarat that forced the Vegarakian government to pull their troops out of the Ring Fleet. This information only fueled the party's determination to stop Tratus and prevent further destruction. But first, a lost soul was finally about to be found. About a week back, while they were on the Starforge, their friend and team medic, Devon, had his life ended during a battle with a ghost orc that haunted him. And ever since, the party had been trying to locate the skillful healing of the Elder Clerics, and they finally did. Devon, the orc, original crewmate of the Vindicta and formerly known as Broomguy, was brought back after many sacrifices, some stronger than others from his friends. However, not all was right immediately. Tensions rose within the group as Devon and Jamal had a troubling conversation about the revived orc's past dealings with a demon. A falling out seemingly occurred, leading to the departure of Jamal and Brawl from the Bronze Phoenix. Meanwhile, Devon's shoulder showed a strange scar, maybe magical tattoo, from the demon Vorithos, signifying his claim on Devon's body, though only Cocculus the Turtle seemed to notice. And that is where we are going to start today. Devon, you sit in your old room aboard the Bronze Phoenix, the memories of Maddie and Thena rushing through a tunnel to escape the pirate lord Tratus. Then, the sudden revival, seeing people you thought you may never see again, and the argument with Jamal. That is the thing most fresh in your mind. You try to push those thoughts away and focus on the present, but it's not easy. Suddenly, almost like the universe knew you needed a distraction, Cock and Erebus barge into your room, deep in conversation about your plans for the next phase of your journey. They don't seem to notice your distress immediately, but you're not sure if you mind all that much. It's just nice to be around your friends again after everything that has happened. Friends who are so focused and passionate, if not a bit strange. As you try to listen, you notice a giant bugbear that you haven't met before outside your door, seemingly practicing swinging an axe in new and unique ways. He almost seems as lost in thought as you, completely oblivious to what your captain and pilot are chatting about inside the room. It's moments like this that remind you why you joined up with the Vindicta crew in the first place, the community of it. You take a deep breath and try to push the past behind you for now. There are bigger things at play, and you need to be ready for what comes next. And as you have that thought, you realize that Cock and Erebus must have asked you something, because they are both looking in your direction.
You say something to me?
Did we?
God. I mean, I'm asking you. I'm trying to remember what you said, but I was thinking of much more interesting things. So if you could just rephrase it now that I've had your full attention. Well, that is a violation of my privacy, and
Please continue.
I'm very disappointed in you.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it.
Last thing I remember.
What have you guys been doing? What the fuck is going on?
We've been desperately trying to gather the resources necessary to revive you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm here now. But what was the step after that? We did it. Yep.
Revive
Party
Maddie.
in my city.
Revive Maddie is the next step, but we have to do that tomorrow. The wizards can only do one revive a day.
Okay, but when I was revived, didn't you guys have to give up valuable items of some regard? How are you going to match that value for Maddie?
We have more than just one valuable item.
Yes, I think your gun should be the valuable item given up. Yes, I think it'd be for the best. Then we wouldn't have to give up any other valuable items, and that'd kind of that'd make us even. I'd say.
No.
Okay, well, I'm eyeing that gun. Because I'm a
my
little bit
finger
upset.
is on the trigger.
Your boy ended up dead because he fucking had to go in to try and save the homie, and then
I
the homie
also tried
ends
to
up
save
fine, but his gun Gun is seemingly fine too. What the fuck, man?
I also tried to save you inside the palace after you came in to rescue me. I succeeded in saving Cock. I was a little late to rescue you, unfortunately.
Yeah, a little late. How long have I even been dead? So
2 days?
Like a week.
About a week with space travel. There was
about
a
a week ago. Okay.
about a week ago, yeah. There was a mutiny aboard the Bronze Phoenix, so we also had to deal with that.
Yeah, it did seem like there was a few less people on board than I remember.
Yeah,
I almost killed them.
Anastasia,
Oh
Jade,
my god.
and Baby Cal have all left for Elfir, which now looking at the news doesn't seem like it was a good choice on our behalf because Elfir is fucked and under siege.
You let the baby go? Oh my god.
We figured being with us wasn't a safe place for a child, but
So you
Elfir
sent it
probably-
to the beginning of a war zone? Yeah, that's a great idea.
to be fair, we didn't know there was a war going on when we sent the baby. Or we would have made a different choice.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, to put that poor baby in all that danger,
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
disgusted.
Oh my god. Oh, that is a funny fucking thing.
We sent the baby thinking it would be safer without us, and we sent it to a fucking war zone.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you did learn about that like literally a day after, so there's nothing you could have done about it. But yeah, that's so funny. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so you guys have this sort of sassy back and forth. Kind of funny that Devon is sassing the shit out of you guys after you just gave things away to revive him, but here we are.
I'm
literally
not
gave-
gracious at all. You guys.
I mean, you did just have a very tough conversation with a friend and they left, so I get it. It's good RP. It's just very funny. A few things I do want to go over as you guys are sort of gathered together. This is probably either the last or second to last session of Chapter 2 of this sort of leg of the story. When you guys set off from Adon Keep on your next big quest, that will sort of signify the dawn of Chapter 3. So focus as much as you can on preparing for that. Adon Keep is a place with many resources. The Crones have lots of valuable assets and talented agents of various walks of life.
Are you saying we should finally recruit people for our ship?
Well, yeah, I mean, you have an inn with like the head honcho of this place, and you know you still have things to do like Maddie's revival and stuff. But within the next 2 days, you guys will be setting off. So, you know, consider that and make sure that you think about everything and you have those conversations while you're here.
Pull up this.
They're all fired.
I'm getting new crewmates. Fuck you.
It's Mr. Solo Dolo time.
Sorry, I was just trying to pull up the Bronze Phoenix sheet again.
Yeah.
'Cause I think we have just about every position besides a chef and a weapons master filled.
You
'Cause
need
the
a.
engine-
You need a.
Someone
Well,
else who can fly the ship would be nice.
The engineer, we have Leonard and Cheros working.
yes.
They're both proficient
But
in
we
it.
would be better to have someone who actually knows what they're doing.
They can do the job, but having an expert engineer that could like lead them and train them would be very valuable.
So they're not experts. I was under the impression they were.
No,
Absolutely not.
they are just good enough to get you through flying for like a week. But if there was
Gotcha.
combat, they wouldn't be able to like, you know, do a whole lot. Similar with Anastasia.
So the commander, the captain, the pilot, and the medic are the only spots we have right now that are filled by expert.
Yeah, and well, Cock's not an expert captain, but he's doing the job that you made vacant by becoming the pilot.
Was I an expert captain?
Yes, expert enough because you served under a captain. So I just said you were expert enough, but I don't know if you're necessarily expert. You don't really
Gotcha.
necessarily need an expert captain, but for example, I don't know what Cock's like charisma is like. It might be fucking amazing, but having a very charismatic captain helps the morale of the crew.
What's your charisma, Andrew?
I currently have a 16 charisma.
His charisma is better than mine, so he makes a better captain than I did.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't treat the crew like shit, that'll help the crew.
You know what's fun? I was like looking at the roles and what stats they needed, and I looked through all of them. Like, none of these are built towards my dex-based character.
Yeah.
So we need a expert engineer and an expert cook, though in a pinch, or an expert pilot, because I can serve either the pilot or the cook position,
Yeah.
depending on what we can find.
We're under attack.
Also,
Get to
you
the
can
kitchen.
you can hire other things as well. You can add crew. Those are the things you need, but you could add other things. Like having a co-pilot would help things go a lot smoother. You could be traveling at all times. You could take shifts, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
And you could help
the
with
weapons
navigating as
specialist,
well.
We can get slaves.
Maddie, if she stayed with us, right?
Yeah, if Maddie chose to join you on whatever your next adventure is, she would be a expert weapon specialist because she was trained by the ring.
Okay.
No,
But you
there's
have-
one right there.
You have no idea if that's what if that's what she wants, but you can ask her when she's back.
So I say,
Don't worry, guys. I'll put on the charm.
well, she is a dwarf, and I still have my belt of dwarven kind, which gives me a
It's true.
persuasion advantage with dwarves, if you know what I mean.
And you have
Got
the
the
inn
max
because you're
rules.
all Vindicta crew together.
So I say we like take everyone in the party, we leave the sanctuary, we go to like a bar or pub in this base, which I assume it has because it's a pirate base, and we just spend time catching Devon up on what's happened in the week he's been gone.
I love alcohol.
Yeah, because there was a lot that happened, and not just that, the mutiny on the ship and whatnot.
And I don't
We could use that
yeah.
time and fill in the gaps.
And I don't know if we want to necessarily roleplay it or not, because Nick was here for all of it, so he knows what happened. Might just
And Devon also has things that he can say about where he was, if he wants to.
true. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be fine saying that stuff because, given the possibility one of us ends up there, it would be good to have that knowledge going in, especially if one made a deal with the demon.
Well, friends, now that Devon is back, why don't you say we go get a drink and share what has happened on both sides of the veil of life over this past week? And once we're done with that, we can go talk to Ida about plans of the future, see if we can get any possible upgrades for the Bronze Phoenix or any additional crew while we're here to help us on our travels.
Tasting
Yes!
some alcohol. So it might be
Alcohol!
tempting. Yes, sir. I like this guy. Who's this guy right here?
Ah,
Oh,
yes,
Brack!
this is Brack.
Brack?
We actually also rescued him from Keeney's palace.
I walk up to Brack and I give him a bro hug.
Big hug, yes!
He's
Hell,
black
I
and
like
good.
him. I'm glad we brought him back.
He's back and Brack. Bada bing, bada boom.
So you guys want to... you want to use the alcohol that you have or find a place that serves alcohol on
Well,
the keep?
me and Cock sort of have 12 bags that either have oil or alcohol in them,
Yeah,
and we sort of don't know which is which.
right. So maybe finding somewhere.
I need to get more alcohol.
Okay.
My kegs are running low.
Okay. All right. So you guys are...
Goodbye, Priestley's. I assume they left the room, right?
who?
Because I asked them to. The priests who helped with the ritual.
Oh yeah, you guys are back on the Bronze Phoenix in
Oh, gotcha.
Devon's bedroom.
Priests
yeah.
are in my ship. Come.
I thought we stayed in the ritual room. I don't remember leaving last time.
Yeah, I don't know specifically if you guys also went to the Bronze Phoenix, but I know that Devon and Jamal did, so I'm just saying you guys did to get you guys back
Gotcha.
together.
Yes, let us head on out. Find a place to catch up with each other.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, also, did we level up for reviving Devon?
No. Sorry.
Wow, reviving a
Did
character
I
isn't
level up for
worth.
being revived? No,
In fact, you lost 8 levels.
Yeah, you die again.
damn it. I'm back, back to the basic, bitch.
All right. As you guys are getting your shit together, you're like preparing for like a lads' night out. You see, as you're heading towards the airlock, you see Latour standing there.
Hello, Latour.
There are 2 half-elves waiting outside.
Oh. Thank you for notifying us. Captain, shall we go greet them?
I will need this axe, this
Absolutely,
axe, this
Mr.
axe,
Pilot Man.
and this axe.
Indeed.
I do
Leonard.
Shimmy.
We were going to go do some drinks to celebrate Devon's return if you would like to join us.
Actually, there was something I wanted to talk to you about, if that's all right.
Yes. What is it?
It's the android.
Oh,
His
yes.
eye squints towards you. I was curious if you had any interest in perhaps me creating a pilot.
Yes.
Yes. Actually, one moment. Let us do our traditional football huddle.
Everyone gather around.
Gather around. All right, boys.
Huddle!
Brack's just like, what the fuck is this? All right. So,
Hug what
robots
up, brat?
generally that rebelled against everyone caused a huge war, or we could have a robotic pilot. I mean, I vote yes for the pilot. Anyone else?
Robotic pilot sounds good. I won't feel bad about moving them if they leave again.
Ah, gotcha.
God damn.
Devon?
Is there a worry that this robot could potentially turn rogue? And I mean, especially being the pilot, it could just conceivably drive us into an asteroid.
Let me ask Latour. Leonard,
Eh?
is there any risk of this pilot going rogue on us?
I thought you were a star for a second. The android would have an AI component that would, I suppose technically be in control of the ship. There may be consequences, but there is in all forms of experimentation.
You know what? You made this ship, and you made it so you could survive. I'm sure. Just don't give it control over, like, the airlocks.
Ah, yes, that would be poor planning. As he's saying this, he walks up next to Devon and sort of like tugs on his pant leg and says, It was good cuddles, friend. And he begins to walk away.
I just disgustingly stare into the back of his head, and I turn back to the group and say, I'm gonna feel a lot better if that robot turns rogue and kills us all, because that was one of the most unpleasant experiences of my life.
Yeah,
And that is, I just died. That's
yeah.
You get used to
I
it.
was in hell a few hours ago.
Leonard, unless there's any objections, Devon, pilot.
I mean, I guess our last pilot went rogue, so may as well go for a
Couldn't get
robot.
any worse.
Exactly.
All right, Leonard, go for it.
Excellent. He walks up the stairs towards the cockpit.
But Cockpit's right here. Ha ha ha.
Ew.
High five, Erebus.
Woo! Shall we go see what those half elves want, boys?
Yes. Someone want to go get a Dridgy and your boy and tell them we're getting drunk?
Yeah, are Dridgy and Devon sort of coming with us for this?
I mean, Devon's right next to you.
Oh,
Sorry,
of course I'm coming.
Reinhardt. I meant Reinhardt.
Yeah, Reinhardt would come along. Dorici actually didn't come back to the Bronze Phoenix. She's still in Adon Keep somewhere.
Cheros, is he with us? Timberly?
Yeah, Timberly and Cheros are still on the ship. Do you want them to come
Okay.
along?
If you want to join us, feel free to. We're going to go talk to these elves. All right, Cock, let's do this.
All right, they will tag along. All right, so you open up the airlock, and you can see these two. They're sort of like leaning up against crates in the hangar bay of Adon Keep, and you can see two slim, tall-ish half-elves that you actually recognize as the two that provided you with the shuttle when you were leaving Iva's ship to go after the Bronze Phoenix, Jace and Folly. Ah! Brave adventurers! It's good to see you again.
Jace, Folly, nice to see you again as well.
Yes. We have a message from the boss.
Ah, let's hear it.
Well, she has requested all of you, your entire crew of the Bronze Phoenix, for a meeting later tonight in the war room of Adon Keep.
Do you have a specific time?
A few hours. Let's say 4. She didn't give a specific time because she's not sure who's actually going to show up.
All right.
Does she
I'll
care
make-
if we show up shit-faced?
Well, apparently this will be some sort of briefing, so preferably you'd be in more of a mental state that you could hear things, but you know what they say. Whatever happens, happens, right?
All right, boys.
when it's happy hour.
This man gets it.
Yes, we will all be there.
Yeah, she made it seem
like it was very
important.
We will be there. We will indeed be there.
Good, good. And Cheros says, yes, I'm interested in meeting this Iva myself.
Oh, yes. You two have not met.
No, but she sounds very intriguing.
Always good to have allies for the fight, right, Cheros?
Absolutely. If she has been in understanding the threat of Tratus more than the rest of the galaxy, she's the most important person to talk to right now.
I think
Chase.
the most important person to talk to is the bartender. Am I right, boys?
Amen!
Alright,
Alright, it was
Thank
good
you for
seeing
the
you guys.
good seeing you as well.
I love you.
As they begin to walk away, Jace turns back around and winks at Cock before leaving. Alright. You guys head off. Investigation checks, I guess? You don't really know where you're going, but you assume there's some place to drink here?
Oh, I'm not great at investigation, so if someone wants to help me. Actually, who has the best investigation roll?
You can all just roll and tell me what you get.
I got a 12.
I got an 8.
I got a 16.
I got a 19 straight out the box. Let's go.
Pulling 19 out of the box.
With a modifier?
Nope.
Are any of us good at investigation?
No, I got a
No,
0.
I have a 0.
0 as well?
Zero.
Hang on a sec.
Okay. Alright, so Cock leads you down one of the many hallways of the keep. Eventually, you come across the smell of alcohol coming from a large, there's like a spaceship within the castle that's sort of sat in a room, and the ramp is opened up, and inside you can see it's been turned into like a pub. And you see, various crew members. It's very quiet in here. People only come here, typically after work. So there's one person in there. But yeah, one person drinking. There's obviously a bartender.
Alright.
Raids the bar. Ah!
I guess we go sit at a booth and we start talking.
All right, so you enter inside the spaceship pub, and you're basically just on the deck of a ship. The walls are covered in metal and metal paneling, and there's sort of a cozy atmosphere because the lights are dim. And the table that you sit at and the chairs are made from spacecraft parts that are scattered throughout. There's a holographic screen on the wall that is like the menu. You can pick and choose what you want to drink. And there's a little news thing at the bottom that flickers, giving headlines and stuff.
I'll buy some shit.
All right, you head up to the bar.
Yeah.
You can see
I want beer, too.
There's a Triton bartender. Behind him, the shelves are lined with bottles of different alien spirits and futuristic cocktails that you can see. The bartender is dressed in a sleek black jumpsuit, and he greets you with a friendly smile. Well there, friend! And hands you an iPad of menu options. Space-themed dishes and stuff. Lunar burgers, meteor meatballs, and the bartender gives you a big old smile. What can I get you?
Let's see.
I'll take water.
Water.
I want a beer for everyone and a burger, please.
Good. A beer for everyone and a burger. Is that going to
And
be all?
more beer.
More beer. How much is more?
More.
4 more?
More.
How many of you are there? There's about what? 7 of you?
Yes.
All right, so 7 beers, a burger,
Water.
water, more beers. Oh boy. Well, I'll put it on your tab and just tally it up at the end, I guess.
Also, do you
We
have any
keep it an
specialty
open
drinks
check.
on here?
Do I have any what?
Specialty drinks. You know,
Oh, of
things
course.
only you can come to Pirate Planet for.
Well, I don't know about pirate stuff, but I got something. What do you have in mind?
I want something to make me feel really loopy. You know.
Oh, well, I have a collection of how would I describe this? They're tentacle-themed drinks.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That sounds
I get one
wonderful.
of them too.
you sort of suck the juice out of the tentacle, and
Sounds great.
and it makes you feel all kinds of things.
All right, I'll get 2 of those
All right, I'll put
Let's
that on
do
the
it
tab.
together.
and a meteor meatball. Would anybody else like a meteor meatball?
Tim Lee raises his hand.
2 meteor meatballs, please.
As this is happening, Charos walks over to an empty table and just sits by himself.
Go and join him, having ordered my water.
Okay, he gives you
And
the
how
water
much is
right
this
away.
going to cost us, friends?
Well, it depends on how much more beer means. Because you already got 7, plus the burger, plus the 2 medium meatballs, plus the 3, I think, tentacles.
The water's free, right?
The water's free, absolutely.
Good man.
How many? He's looking at the bugbear. How much does more beer mean?
It means more.
All right, I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm gonna go with
Just
the
give him
7
an
original
extra-
beers.
Give him an extra 5 pints.
Okay, 12 beers, 3 tentacles, 2 medium meatballs, a burger. All
A
right,
burger, hell yeah.
that's gonna be 55 gold. Sorry, credits.
Oh shit. Oh, we gonna double it and give it to the next person. 24 beers.
Oh my god! What? There's only one other person here.
It's alright, I can make multiple trips back and forth from the table.
All right,
What are we doing?
he's ordering 24 bears.
More
Is
beers.
he paying for it? Who's paying for this?
Give it to the next.
I got the bill. Let's go.
All right,
I
that'll
got
make
970
that.
gold. I'm gonna splash it.
That'll make that
Why didn't we loot
95
his
credits.
95. All
Why
right.
didn't we loot
Here's
Devon's body?
110.
So he said
Yeah.
110. What? Wow, generosity, but I really don't
15
need.
for you, my friend.
So thank you.
I just sit there and sip on my water
He
watching
takes
this.
he takes the gold. He starts putting glasses down all over the bar. All right, I'll get to work. I'll let you know when your burger and
Two meatballs.
actually, he heads back behind the bar for a second and comes out with a glass container. You can see inside. There's 6 different tentacles moving all about inside of it. He pulls it, puts it down on the bar and opens it. And steam comes out as he opens it. And he grabs 3 tentacles, hands 2 out to Cock and 1 out to Brack. I say his name wrong every time after I say Cock's name. And
Cock and broth.
they're like a bluish greenish color, and you can see the tip of it is very phallic like. And he's just like, yeah, just give it a squeeze in your mouth, and you'll be having a great time, I promise.
Perfect. I immediately start mouthing one of them.
I immediately go to.
Charos can't help but look over as this is happening. You just see the look of disgust on his face as he watches this, but Brack and Cock both start jerking off 2 tentacles into their mouths.
Oh, Charos,
Hold
Well,
out
that's
the
mighty
other tentacle
impressive.
to Charos while making eye contact.
let them celebrate Devon's revival while they still can.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Who knows who's the next ally we need to revive?
Maddie.
Hey, what's
Oh,
your
yeah.
name, Barty?
We all know.
I forgot about her.
I mean, people that are currently alive.
Ah,
But
yes.
yes, you're right. Maddie is next. I barely knew Maddie, so I wasn't thinking. I sorry.
It's
I
alright.
saw-
I need my diaper changed. No, he doesn't say that. All right, so
Yeah.
eventually you guys get all your drinks on one table. You get your burger, your meteor
Who wants my 2
meatballs.
beers? I don't drink.
Charos doesn't want any alcohol either.
4 extra drinks
Brack,
for the.
you and me split it. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
so
do this.
Well,
Brock-
what about Reinhardt? You guys could each just have one extra beer.
yeah,
Said,
Ryan-
I'm paying. I don't give a fuck being greedy.
All right, so everyone just starts drinking shit. Timbly Bibbs is getting wasted. All right, everyone who's drinking alcohol, you got to make me consultation saving throws.
So my
We
armor
tricked till we
actually,
dropped.
Dylan, my armor actually gives me poison resistance. Could I have used that to not get the effects of the alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, you'd pretty much be able to take a lot before you would get drunk.
Everyone within
What is the,
15 feet of me gets a +3.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah. What's the barkeep's name, by the way?
So my
You
21
want to ask him his name?
becomes a
Yes, but I'll do the roll first. I'll ask him once I bring the glasses back.
25.
24.
Thanks, Andrew. 15.
You're welcome.
25, 24,
Or cock, I should say.
15. All right, you got to roll. For
While they get drunk, I'm going to start using my sleight of hand to robbing them.
it.
That
Okay.
ain't gonna rob for me.
All right, so the three of Devon, Cock, and Brack, you guys remain relatively sober. It's more just like a nice feeling that you get from the drinks. Somehow, some way, despite all the alcohol you've consumed, you've stayed relatively sober. You can slur your words if you want roleplay-wise, but you are able to think. Reinhardt and Timbly Bibbs look absolutely fucked. Like, their eyes are they're darkened by the alcohol they've drunk. They just, like, Timbly Bibbs at one point just completely falls off the chair and just is unconscious on the floor. Reinhardt's head slams into the table. Like, it's really bad. They could not handle their beer at all. Timbly Bibbs is too drunk to even look at his meteor meatball without barfing.
Reinhardt, I thought you'd be better at this. Yeah?
You guys are fucking pussies.
You guys are so weak. I could drink up and drink more, motherfuckers.
Yes, that's
I put a
right.
tentacle
I
in
can't do it
in
for
Timbly's
shit.
unconscious mouth.
Look at that weakling.
That's gotta be
I
assault.
could break all of you with my bare hands.
While they're doing this, me
I
and
don't
Cheros
got
are having a very deep personal conversation, just like,
Yeah, he asks
Completely
you a lot
sober.
about your family and how life was like growing up and how you got into the job and stuff like that. Because he's told you a lot about his life, but he hasn't really asked about the others, and he feels bad about it.
and I tell it to him. But I won't, like, say it because they probably don't hear me and I don't want to.
Yeah, you keep your voice down. This is just utter chaos erupting around you guys. Do you still want to go ask the bartender his name?
Yeah, I'll start bringing glasses back up to the bar, and as I bring the last few back, and I'm like stumbling, I kind of go, "Hey, thank you for the excellent drinks that you provided. Can I ask for your name, good sir?"
Yeah, I'm Zarek.
Zarek.
Yep,
Good to meet you. I'm Devon, and
glad you
I
enjoyed the
hope,
drinks.
yes, and the burger was fantastic.
Good.
You knew exactly how to cook it, even without me asking.
We cook it the same way every time. We just cover it in blood and don't cook it at all.
As God intended it. Thank you, Zarek.
Exactly.
I'll be back
Absolutely.
in sometime soon.
Fantastic. It was nice meeting you, folks. His voice has already changed completely.
The side effect of the alcohol.
Yeah, he's been drinking too. All right. So, how much time do you guys want to spend here? The entire 4 hours, or it's up to you, really?
I'm
Well,
gonna
I-
spend
I'll-
about
the
2
4
hours
hours,
here
I'm
'cause
gonna
I
need more to drink.
drag kegs of alcohol back to the Phoenix.
I'm gonna go see if there's like a mechanics area somewhere where I could see about getting upgrades for our ship.
Okay. So about 2 hours goes by as you guys enjoy the company of each other. Charos
Hey, yo.
will come with you to the mechanic area just to get away from. Actually, he would be responsible and stay behind to make sure the drunk people don't get themselves killed. As you go off to find the mechanic, and then
I assume there's still one communicator amongst them. That Reinhardt has it, I think.
Yeah, Cock has one too, I think. So Cock, you go up to the bartender to ask for kegs of alcohol.
Yes.
All right, I could definitely do something like that for you. How much do you want? 2 kegs? 3 kegs?
We're gonna play it safe and go for 3 kegs.
All right, all right. Do you know how long you're gonna be away? That would help me choose how many you need, especially with how much I've seen you drink tonight.
A decent while. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be able to load up on alcohol will be.
Okay, I'll go with 4. He walks into the back. That'll be about, well, I'm not going to get a new supply in for a week or so let's go 200 gold, he says from the back.
Sounds good.
And you can hear him
Plop 200
loading.
gold on the counter.
He's loading kegs onto like a cart, and there's another door around the other side of the bar that he pushes through, and you can see this cart full of kegs. If you're able to come back, I need the cart back, but you can take it to your ship.
Julio.
All right. He sees the gold, gives you a thumbs up, and walks back behind the bar. I assume that's what you're going to be doing, taking that back to the ship?
Yes, sir.
All right. Brack. That leaves Brack, Timbly Bibbs, Reinhardt, and Devon with Cheros babysitting you. What would you guys get up to?
I'm gonna load Timbly on the cart.
Okay. You lift Timbly onto the kegs of alcohol and just lay his unconscious body. All right, you drag him back. The good boss you are. What about the rest of you?
Well, seeing as we're still here, we got to keep drinking. So I go up to the bar and I get more alcohol. More alcohol!
Are you just going to spend the rest of your 2 hours drinking?
Until
the meeting?
What about you, Brett?
Sounds like fun!
Reinhardt, you want to drink some more?
You look over towards Reinhardt, he's still unconscious on the table.
I think that's
we'll
a yes.
give him a beer once he wakes up.
Alright.
Damn right it does.
Alright, spend 80 more gold, and both of you make me constitution checks again, this time with disadvantage. Cheros, meanwhile, is just arms crossed at the table watching you guys do this, but he understands because, you know, Devon's been dead for a week, so he gets why it's happening.
It's been a while since what does disadvantage again do?
Roll twice, take a lower number.
Yeah.
I got an 11.
An 11?
I got an 8.
Oh, Brack.
My first number was a 25. That's so stupid.
Okay.
I got a nat 1. Got plus 7 to it.
Okay. At this point, Devon, your mind is so fuddled, like you cannot pay attention to what's going on. You just feel like you need a nap. Brock, you pass out. You at the table, completely unconscious.
I fall onto the table and just destroy the thing.
Oh, bloody hell! You hear the bartender say, "That's the one thing you weren't supposed to do."
I'm sorry, Zarek. We got a little bit out of hand. I'm just saying, get this happens.
Cheros stands
You're
up.
done.
All right, we're leaving. Back to the ship, everybody.
Can you pick me up?
Yeah, Charles, you are a responsible man. I must implore that you stake a safe path for us to return, because I sure as shit need a nap.
We've got a meeting to go to, boys.
Bartender, do you have any more of those carts? No, the turtle's got mine.
We'll be back. I'll be back with the turtles, Eric. You can count on that. We gotta pick up. Right? Are you okay? Huh? I like pat Reinhardt on the shoulder.
Cigarettes? Falls back asleep.
Come on, Reinhardt. We got places to be. This is not the spot we gotta be sleeping at.
Cheros walks up to Reinhardt, grabs the back of his hair, pulls it like up to his face so his mouth is like or his snout, I guess, is like right up against his ear. It's at this point that the bartender's like squinting, looking at Charos. He didn't really see him all that well before. You can just see a look on the bartender's face, like, what the fuck is that? And he just like starts whispering something in Reinhardt's ear, and then you see Reinhardt go, "Oh, ow, 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 hot, 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 hot. What's going on?" We're leaving.
Usually someone doesn't have fiery breath until after they've been drinking.
Did you just light my ear on fire?
Charos.
And Charos kneels down, bulges his muscles out, rolls a natural 20, and just lifts Brock up above his head and starts walking out of the bar in anger. Come on! Let's go!
My next opponent?
Oh my god. Look, he's making such a fucking scene. What a fucking guy. And where's the drunk ones? And I throw up a little bit on the bar as I leave.
Reinhardt helps you, but he's also completely in a daze. So you guys just like stumble alongside each other back towards the Bronze Phoenix. As Charos storms off with Brock above him. Brock, now seemingly conscious, but like not really knowing what's going on. He thinks he's flying through the fucking ship. He puts his arms out like Superman.
It's the flight of the time.
Alright. The fucking crew of the Bronze Phoenix, everybody. Good job.
I am actively trying to do some good.
Alright, so, Erebus. Give me an investigation roll.
Better roll well. Better roll. Oh, 19.
Alright. So you head down to what looks to be a garage that you see. You can see a halfling outside the garage with a sort of mop bucket cleaning up the place. And inside you hear, of like drilling and stuff going on. The halfling just like nods at you as you walk by him into the garage and moves along. And inside,
Well, good day, Frodo.
He's like, everybody calls me that. You can see him get really angsty. And then inside the garage, you see a bunch of dwarves. So you're going to be really happy about that.
Oh, hell yeah. My full beard blends. I blend in perfectly besides the fact I'm a cat.
There's like... hold on, I gotta find my specific notes about this. There is 3 ships that are being like held up by some sort of machine, and a bunch of dwarves are like running up underneath them, taking off engine parts, putting on new ones, and they're like a well-oiled machine. And you can see a female dwarf sort of watching with some sort of pride, but yeah, she notices you. What would you do?
Hello, madam.
Howdy.
My name is Erebus.
Nice to meet you, Erebus. Do I know you?
I'm the pilot of the Bronze Phoenix. We were working with Captain Ida in her efforts to stop the dread pirate. I want to say Blackbeard, but that's not his name.
Dreyfish.
So, let me get this straight. You're working with Ida the pirate to stop Dravis the pirate.
No.
Are you drunk?
Not at all. I meant, Tradus.
Right, and I assume you mean Iva.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay. I thought maybe you were a spy or something and you were just outing yourself. Well, that's great for you. Did you need something from me?
Yes, I was wondering if I could perhaps require the services of this shop in order to help modify our ship to make it more combat-worthy and more capable of good spaceflight.
Ah, yes. She did mention something about a Tibet. What's the name of your ship?
The Bronze Phoenix.
There it is, yes, the Bronze Phoenix. Yes, Iva actually talked to me about this. She was... we've been having shortages of resources recently with being so spread thin with the fight at the Star Forge and all of that. So, she basically said I could offer you one of 2 things. Well, there may be a multitude of things depending on if you actually required it or not. I was going to offer you a hyperdrive core for your ship, but I could also instead give you a bigger, more efficient gun or turret. It depends on what exactly you need for the upcoming mission. I don't know what that is. I don't get told these things. She holds her hands up. But
How much damage would this weapon do?
quite a lot. It would be used for taking down other ships rather than perhaps shooting people. And as you're like discussing this, there's just the sound of clanging metal and hisses going on from around the corner where these ships are being worked on.
To break the fourth wall, would it be more powerful than me sticking my gun out the window and shooting the ship in front of us?
That's a good question. How much damage does your gun actually do, like at full strength?
That's a tricky one. It does 68 plus 7, but then you have to factor in my sneak attack and any crits. But like the gun solo does 68 plus 7. Effective range is 120 feet to 360.
Yeah, it would do more damage.
Do more damage. But
So that may be something you want to discuss with your crew in terms of what you need more. Also, do you even know what your next mission is?
I believed we were heading towards Elfir or Vagarak, which is clear on the other side of the galaxy, which might make a, hyperspace capable ship more useful, so we can do it faster.
Yes.
But there's always the chance we might run into enemies that are
very dangerous.
easily.
Absolutely.
Yes, but of course we could always escape them with a hyperspace capable ship because they wouldn't be able to follow us as we go very fast.
Give me a perception check real quick.
Okay. 11.
11. Okay. It's a very minor thing, but as you're having this conversation, behind her, where the employees are, you can see quite a few of these dwarves. They're wearing like overalls, like engineering outfits. Quite a few of these dwarves have like cybernetic enhancements, like metal arms, metal eyes, like their eyes glow and stuff. Like they are clearly enhanced beings, and they're like wearing stuff to try to cover it up, but it's impossible to cover some of this stuff up. You just notice that as a side, but otherwise it's very chaotic noise-wise in here.
And considering up until the point where I discovered the antimatter rifle, I was going to get myself cybernetically augmented.
Right.
I ain't gonna judge.
Yeah, sure. You don't really care that much.
Would it is from Iva? Is this sort of a one or the other? There's no way we can like get one for out the charge and fully pay for the other one to compensate.
It's tough because our resources are low. I could talk to her about that. That's definitely on the table for that. I was also wondering because I don't know if she told you this or not, but I went through and looked at your ship, gave it a few repairs where I thought it could use them, especially the engine. Your engine was severely damaged, including your shield generator.
Do not have an engineer currently.
Right. So I probably should have asked, but I have intuition about these sort of things. I just decided to go ahead and do it. I also noticed that your bedrooms, and specifically your captain quarters, are incredibly bare. Is that something maybe you would want us to provide you with better sleeping arrangement, or maybe even, furniture?
Considering the captain sold all the furniture in the captain's room to pay for stuff, I know putting more furniture in there won't mean he'll just resell it immediately.
Right.
The other rooms, maybe, because he wouldn't go in there. Would that be a charge thing, or would that be more like a benefit from whichever option I choose?
Well, again, I'll talk to Iva about this, and we'll get a clearer definition of how close you guys are. But it sounds as if she's invested in you to help her out with this mission against the pirate lord. So, what could losing some furniture really do? If you can have more crew on your ship, more efficiency, it would only help, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really deeply appreciate the effort you and your crew put into the Bronze Phoenix already, and the potential effort you're going to be putting into in the future, and you speaking to Iva to see what really can be done for us. Can I roll persuasion to see how convincing this is?
Sure.
All right. 22.
Hey, look, man. You're doing the hard part. This is easy for us. This is literally our job. You're the ones that's got to go and fight the big bad guys.
Yeah, and honestly, you saw the fact that we don't have an engineer on board.
Right.
if there's anyone who's here who's part of your mechanic shop, or anyone you know on this station who is an expert in maintaining a ship's necessary functions, if you could point them in our direction if they want to be hired for a job, that would be much appreciated.
Huh. There may be somebody. Wait here for a moment.
Yeah.
She walks off towards like a back office of the place.
It's the halfling I called Frodo on the way in.
Yeah, he's more than just a janitor. All right, walking out with this female gnome is a female human, not Anastasia, believe it or not. You see a sort of petite woman with short black hair, green eyes, and she gives you a warm smile as she walks over. She looks very different, obviously, than the other employees. Everyone else is a dwarf except for her, but she wears the sort of jumpsuit with the logo of the mechanic shop on it. You can see, various tools attached to her belts. She comes over. All right, this is Tally.
Tally.
She's been talking all sorts of things about wanting to get more involved in the Crone's business. I've been telling her to, keep that down and all that, because you don't want to get involved with pirates in that way. But tell him what you told me, Tally. Well, I'm highly skilled, I'll have you know, and if you give me this opportunity, I look forward to focusing my work ethic and being friendly with all of the crew. No, not that part. Tell him about what you told me about Tradus. Oh, Tradus is the person that took my family from me. So anything I can do to get back at him, that's what I want to do. Yeah, there it is. So it's not on me to tell her what she can and can't do. I've been trying to keep her safe, but you guys seem like probably the safest place to be in the battle, so what do you think?
I mean, we can always use the crew. Tally, what are you looking wage-wise to have while working for us? Or is your thirst for vengeance against Tradus enough?
Well, technically, Iva's the one that pays us, correct? Yeah, I mean, she provides what we need and all that. So, if that continues to be the case, and you're helping her, potentially, you wouldn't have to pay me at all. At least, not for the start. I mean, if I join your crew permanently, and she sort of gives you a big smile, maybe then, but that's up to you, obviously. And she puts her head down.
So this will be like a trial period as you're still covered by Iva, but working for us to help Iva and us deal with Tradus.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you guys are helping Iva, she'd probably be willing to give up a few valuable assets.
Well, I believe I can speak for the entire crew when I can say you're more than welcome to join us, Tally. I suppose we'll need to get permission from the boss lady before anything officially goes through.
Yeah. But bring it up to her whenever you see her next, and
yeah,
just let us know. And Tally's like jumping up and down. Thank you so much. What did you say your name was?
Erebus.
Erebus. Okay, I'll remember that. Come back for me. All right, that's enough of you, Tally. Get back in the back room. She's like turns
I like how
around.
my character made a big deal about telling everyone my name, but I'm also still in the middle of a pirate haven.
Yeah. I mean, the crew knowing your name is far different.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you need? I'll bring all this stuff up to the big boss, but
if you guys can only spare the limited resources, I believe I know which direction I would lean into, but we'll see what Iva says before anything officially comes out.
Talk to your crew too. It'd be helpful to have multiple opinions.
Dylan, does this mean like our ship's now at like full health and everything?
Yeah.
Where on the character sheet is that stuff like being tracked?
It is ship HP and AC.
Gotcha.
All right.
It was
Anything
nice.
else you want from the mechanics?
Not at this moment. We'll see what Iva says. I guess I'll go try to find the crew. I'll assume they're still in the bar, and if not, I'll head to the Bronze Phoenix so I can gather them up to go to our meeting.
All right, so you head back towards the bar, and when you look inside, you don't see your crew. You just see Zarek, the bartender, sweeping up the broken table and putting it in some sort of trash can.
Go help him.
Okay, you help him out cleaning it up.
I'm sorry about my friends.
It happens all the time, but I really wish it wouldn't.
Indeed. Same.
All right, but you head back to the Bronze Phoenix.
Yep.
All right. You head back. You enter in through the airlock, and you can just hear the sounds of snoring and drunken people, and then Cock somewhere running around.
I go to like the main deck and activate the intercom. Everyone, please report to the meeting room. Please report to the meeting room.
Yeah, I haven't talked like this since I was in middle school.
I can't hear him. It's a one-way intercom.
I walk over to where he wants me to go, begrudgingly.
All right. Cock, where are you storing your kegs?
In my room.
All right. Timbly Bibbs is asleep on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you head to the meeting?
Yes.
All right. What about you, Brack?
Yes, I walk in and I go, my people will need me in space!
Great. Two of us are drunk.
Cheros joins you as well.
No, Reinhardt.
Reinhardt is very much asleep.
He got pretty
I
fucked up at the
said
bar.
our crew would be at the meeting. Two of us are too drunk to attend. Cock, how are you doing?
I am perfectly fine. I did not drink enough to feel very much.
All right, so me, Cock, and
Indeed.
Cheros will go to this meeting, unless you can use your magic to sober these two up.
Don't sober me up. I am ready for this meeting more than any of you.
Does the potion seller have anything that could help out?
I can
Or is-
smell your spine.
Don't you have
What
clear
did he
mind?
just say?
I can smell your spine.
What?
It's, I do not like drunk Brack.
I just fall backwards and pass out.
Don't you have a?
God.
Don't you have
another tentacle in Brack's mouth?
No! I knock it away.
Okay, I take the tentacle back.
Don't you have a spell
Bring
called
it back to
Clear
me.
Minds, Cock?
No.
No. Was that
No, I do
Devon?
not. I believe that was Devon, yes.
Try to convince him to cast it on himself.
I'm not.
Come
I'm
on.
not
You
using
can vote.
shit. I got my magic. I'm perfectly fine. I'm vibing, my boy.
Devon.
All right, Devon. What is
Just keep
five?
it going.
What is 5 minus 2 plus 3 minus 5?
12.
No, it is 1. You're too drunk for this meeting.
Me sober couldn't have
Were
gotten
you?
that.
Yeah, you were speaking too fast there. A sobriety test needs to be fair and constitutional.
This ain't a constitution. This is a spaceship.
Fuck you then.
It's a party in my city.
All right, let's get Devon and Brack to bed.
I sit up.
No,
More beer,
I
waiter.
am attending this meeting.
You cannot
I need
stop
more
me.
beer in my buttocks.
The meeting is happening in your bed
There's more
on the
beer
ship.
in your bedroom.
There's beer in my bedroom.
There is beer in your bedroom.
On my way to the beer.
And Devon, the meeting
Lock
is
the door.
in your bedroom, in your bed, with your eyes closed.
Very nice. You think you're clever. I see right through your little game. It's not in my room. I just need to follow you two.
All
I
right,
get to the meeting. Yeah.
28. Can you find me?
Just vanishes. Hello?
I duck
You
down
can-
behind the
you
table.
can hide from me, Erebus, or whatever your silly name is, Osiris, Set, whatever it is. I'll just follow my good turtle friend, Cock.
Cheros looks at Cock. I want to kill him.
Understandable, but not yet.
I come walking back. There's no beer in my room.
You didn't lock the door! Fuck!
I stand back up from behind the table.
I put the tentacle in his mouth and run to my room to get some beer.
No beer. Doesn't he? See
No
if Timberly
tentacle.
has any sober potions in his stock, Cock.
I will look I yell as I run to my room.
I pull the drink out of Brock's mouth and throw it on the floor and stomp on it.
All right.
I
What,
feel
the
a
tentacle?
sharp pain in my cock.
Yeah.
All right, you stomp on the tentacle and a bunch of juice squirts out all over the floor.
Ooh, it looks like beer.
Oh my
No.
god. He gets down and licks it off the floor.
No, I like put. Charos, can you like
This reminds me of a time me and Raktoy went out drinking with the fam.
Rat Toy? Who the fuck is Rat Toy?
It's my closest friend.
Can I roll to look for
A
sobriety
great
potions?
man.
Yeah, do a D100 roll with the D10 as well.
Yeah.
We'll see a percentage chance to see if
Get a 100.
You know what could help with this situation? More beer.
I got it.
This
20.
is an educated man we're speaking to.
these are the most shrill voices I've ever heard. What'd you get?
20.
20? You don't find any sobriety potions.
How did you get an even 20 with the D10?
Because
'Cause
there's a
there's a
zero,
zero.
William.
Wouldn't that be 30 then? Because 0 is 10?
Not with the because there's a 10 on
No.
the D100.
And there's 110.
All right. What are you guys doing? How are you? Are you just ignoring them and leaving, or
Let's
I
just
come back
ignore
with
them.
beer and start
Alright.
running Brack into his room.
you got a 28 on stealth? You just exit the ship basically without anyone noticing.
No, I pop back
follow.
up.
Oh,
Still
okay.
talking to the wall.
Where's the kitty cat?
I am 2
Oh,
feet in
God.
front of you,
I
Brad.
know.
I'm like in your line of sight. I'm right here.
Where are my glasses, youngster?
I love that you guys went to the bar to like talk about all the stuff that had happened, and instead none of that actually happened. You just got drunk, and now this is happening.
I imagine the talk happened before they got too seriously drunk. It was like a off-screen conversation that, like, in a video game, you start it and then it fades to black and then you cut back in.
Okay, well then, did Devon tell them about everything that happened in the City of Souls?
Yes, Devon would have relayed that information.
Okay, did you guys actually pay attention to any of that
No.
stuff? Right, so we probably should
And I
have
didn't pay
roleplayed that
attention to
conversation.
the recap.
So we'll just say that conversation didn't happen. Until you actually have that conversation, you guys don't know.
No.
Well, Erebus at least tried to tell him about what we were doing. I don't know how much we got through.
There was an attempt.
Well, I had some stuff I wanted to talk about before we got to the meeting. Cock, Charos, if you'd like to pay attention.
Yeah.
Sure.
I went to the mechanic place. I found a potential recruit for our engineer department. Tali, however she said it. We just need to get permission from Iva to recruit her to our crew. And Iva has graciously also put aside some resources for us. We can either get a hyperdrive for our ship so we're able to travel faster, or potentially get an upgraded gun so we can take on more dangerous foes. When I was talking to the lead mechanic, we did potentially discuss us getting one for free and paying for the other. That is dependent on Iva's opinion. They also might potentially refurnish our rooms with better furniture for free. As long as you don't sell it again, Cock.
I see. They drive a hard bargain.
But you wouldn't have to sleep on the floor.
Could they potentially make some Anno Fleet themed furniture for him so he doesn't feel the need to sell it?
I would assume it was just furniture they had lying around.
Who the fuck's
I
that?
could-
Cheros.
Oh. Yeah, that was the point of me selling the furniture in the first place.
Cheros was, Cock is so used to hearing Cheros' voice in his head, he got confused when he spoke out loud.
I mean, I could always put my disguise skills to use and just make it look like Anno Fleet furniture.
Disguise the furniture.
Exactly.
Just wallpaper over.
I mean, I made myself look like a completely different Tabaxi. I'm sure I can make the
true.
furniture look completely different.
It's true.
But yes, the whole point was I need Anno Fleet shit in my room.
Yeah.
Then why didn't you take some of the furniture from the destroyed temple?
There wasn't furniture in the destroyed temple.
There was destroyed
Everyone
furniture.
There was
died in-
pews. You could have been sleeping on pews.
I don't sleep on pews on the fucking ship.
Devon and Brack, make me Constitution saves again
Hell yeah.
with disadvantage.
Oh. I was like, oh, 4. Can't get worse than a natural 1. 4.
I get a nat 1 as well, but it's 8.
Both of them are asleep.
All right,
That's probably for the best.
let us go meet Iva.
Huzzah.
Yes, let's do this.
We'll see if they can give us some Ono Fleet furniture.
That'd be great.
If not, I can make it look like Ono Fleet furniture. Would that be good enough?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you guys begin to head towards the airlock. As you guys are walking out, Cheros just says, "Leonard, don't let anybody kill our friends." And then you guys head outside.
That includes you.
I close the hangar door so no one comes in.
Also, the head engineer, apparently, while we were off reviving Devon, came in and repaired our ship for us. So,
Yep.
Leonard might not be a very good watchdog.
Yeah, I just figured since nobody mentioned that the ramp got closed again, that I just assumed you guys left it open. But we'll just say you did because it happened. Boom.
Oh,
Let's go meet Iva.
All right, so you guys head towards. I'll say that Jason Foley gave you a vague idea of where the war room is. And you
also,
we
I'm
there?
walking towards where my ward is in thought that it's in the war room.
Okay. You're hoping that it's in the war room.
Yep.
It's one of the generals now. All right, so you guys you head through some halls, some people, you get some instruction from some people on where to go, and eventually you walk into a well-lit meeting chamber. There's a giant projector in the middle of the room that's attached to a terminal with seating all around. The first person you see is Iva, this sort of late 30s something female human with mid-length blonde hair that's tied up in a ponytail, and she wears her classic brown plated pirate armor. She comes over. Thank you all for coming.
You're welcome. Sorry, our crew is a little short. Some of us decided to get blackout drunk before our meeting.
Yes, but I have never met this person before. What
This
do we
is-
have here?
Cheros.
I have never seen anyone that looks as you do, my friend. You are the claimed brother of the pirate Lord Tradus, are you not? Hydraxel, but yes. Well, I'll be damned. This is the one that you scoundrels cop for. Shit, I mean, if you have any information that could help our efforts, friend, just knock on my door. Anomaly knows we could use the help. Of course, it brings me great relief to know that there are those in the galaxy other than us who understand the threat of Hydraxel and all he brings. Trust me, Scaled One. Those people in the galaxy who weren't paying attention before, well, they have no choice now. The things Hydraxel, I guess, has done, is doing. Everyone needs saving, including heroes. She looks at Erebus and Cock when she says that.
I just salute at her.
But again, come and talk to me after the brief. If you really are who you claim you are, then we can help each other. Cheros just nods at her. Well, I was hoping to meet your revived friend, but it appears he's not with you.
Yes, he got a little bit too excited to be back alive and drunk himself almost to death, ironically.
It's a
To
shame.
death. Fucking.
Well,
That was a preseason game.
well, you make sure you let him know that being alive again, while it is amazing, it is a blessing. There are very few mortals that are given that second chance, and I mean this in the least judgy way possible, that he should not waste it. And I look forward to meeting your dwarf friend when she is back as well.
Yes, it shall be nice to have Maddie and Devon's capabilities at our full disposal once again.
Yes, and I was discussing some information about your crew with some of my people, and I had a question for the turtle. This potion seller that you have with you, does he have the goods? Is he as good as I'm hearing some people say? I've heard that you quite like him.
He is incredibly useful with his expertise, and I'm very happy to have him on board.
Ah, yes. She's like looking at something on her wrist, some sort of device. It's Mr. Bibbs, no?
Yes, Mr. Tibbly Wimbley Bibbs.
Well, I wish to speak to him maybe at a later date. If he likes what he hears, perhaps he can be a bigger part of trying to save the galaxy from this curse. Until then, shall we... since your friends aren't here, perhaps I can introduce you to some of mine.
Always happy to meet new folks.
Absolutely. And you can see there's like about 5 other individuals standing around the room. Alright, first up, you see a striking figure with dark red skin, long, fiery hair that seems to be constantly in motion. She wears flowing robes that shimmer with a red and orange flame-like pattern, and her eyes glow with an inner fire. She stands next to the main holo projector in the middle of the room, leaning on it slightly. That over there, that's Mana, the Fire Ganassi, one of the most fierce battle mages you will ever find, and, unlike your friends, she can hold a drink. Iva says, smirking at you. Mana nods to you. Welcome to Adon Keep.
Thank you.
Next is Rather. That's actually his name. And you see a lean man with weathered skin and piercing blue eyes that seem to be looking around. He wears practical clothes, sturdy boots, carries a long bow and quiver of arrows on his back.
And he said no.
He seems quiet. He's not. He's a human. He seems quiet and reserved, but has an intense focus as he observes the 3 of you walking into the room, and he just sort of stands in the corner. Rather is, well, a scout of all scouts. The fact that he even showed up is a miracle. Real workaholic, that one. But it also shows how interesting of a group you are. He wanted to meet you, and she winks at you. All right.
I went back.
Azuri, I suppose, is the one over there taking pictures, I think. As you see a stocky dwarf with thick curly hair and strong chin that frames her rugged face. She wears a leather vest and pants and carries a pair of pistols at her waist, along with a collection of knives and other weapons. Though in her hand is currently some sort of video camera that she points around the room, filming people as they enter. She's the gunslinger. With sharp blades and a sharper tongue, don't let the dry sense of humor fool you. No one is better at taking risks and making the best of the results. And that leaves Delamere and Zune, the pilots I introduced to you when we first met. They have a telepathic connection with our ship, the Crone. And you see 2 people you've seen before. One of them you remember, Delamere, a human with sort of brown skin, brown short hair, and a permanent smirk on his face. He wears a pilot's jumpsuit with various patches and pins sewn onto it, and a pair of aviator sunglasses perched on the brim of a cowboy hat. The other, Zune, is a burly and broad-shouldered orc with a shaved head and a thick gray beard. He wears a sleeveless leather jacket that shows off his bulging muscles and a pair of thick goggles that protect his eyes from the glare of stars and supernovas. They stand near the back of the room looking at each other, as if they are talking, but they do not move their mouths. Well, that's everyone that showed up anyway, including your group and mine. Alright, let's get down to business, shall we?
Yes.
The reason I was hoping that the entire crew of the Bronze Phoenix would show up is that I wanted to provide you with some information that I can, as much as I can, about Tratus and his push throughout the galaxy. She begins typing something into the terminal out in front of her, and it's connected to the big holo projector in the middle of the room, and eventually a giant holographic image of the Omega Astria appears, floating all around you. There's planets next to you, stars all around. It's very beautiful. And I will now, on Roll20, show you an updated map of the Omega Astria. I have input what I know about his claim on his section of the Astral Sea. I have also provided where he has encroached on my pirate space. The blue is everything I have been in control of for the past 4 years. This is where my strongest trade routes through the Big Toe are located. The orange area is where I have heard rumors about Tratus operating. It has grown much larger, day by day. Just this time last week, he had barely moved past the Grey Forge. Can you guys all see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
The red is the conflict zone, where my territory ends and his begins to come over the line. The takeover of the Starforge was the biggest red flag. It showed that he had no cares of keeping peace between us, and I had been in communication with the SFP before things went dark on the Forge, but that was right around the time before the Kalvik spawn attacked. If I had not known that this Eclipse changeling figure was working with him, I perhaps wouldn't have waited to prepare a raid and take it back, but I'm glad I did. With Tradus' fleet so easily moved to Elfir's doorstep, there is no question they could have easily come to the spawn's aid instead. No, I need more allies, more reinforcements, a bigger army if I'm going to take back the Forge. Perhaps Tortle, your faith militant. I know they are not known for their involvement in battle, but maybe that's the end of that. Anyway, I have scouts on the Forge, searching for a sign of any resistance on board. Maybe the army I need is right under the spawn's nose. In the meantime...
Did you try Keeney? Keeney the wizard?
Keeney, yes, you've mentioned this name before. He's in control of some gang, no?
Yes. Pretty
think he would
powerful
help?
mage. I don't know if he would help, but he would definitely rid the Starforge of Tradus' men. He would probably prefer to keep his operation in his own hands than in the hands of Tradus.
Ah, well. Azure, you've got that on camera? Make sure you write that down. We'll take a look at Keeney. Perhaps he's got the army we need. In the meantime, Rather has managed to track down the exact location of the Tiefling, Typhon, and his flagship, the Trailblazer. We are putting together a plan to ambush him with all our full force when he least expects it. Once his shoulders are massaged, once his soldiers are dealt with, we want to attempt to take him hostage. Not as a bargaining chip, but because Tradus has sent him out near Zulkur Prime for something. I do not know what it is, but I think it's important. Didn't you all mention something about Zulkur Prime at one point?
Yes, that is where our motley crew started our journey.
Yes, it is where the creature next to you is from. You mentioned something about an egg? Something like that.
Yes, we found him in a stasis pod on Zulkur Prime.
I was a child.
Well, you were. You were, Ivo. You were a child.
No, Chero says that.
Sound exactly the same.
I know, they have the exact same voice, because it's just my voice trying to sound cool.
Oh, yeah. Yes. And then the cloak he's wearing aged him up, and that's why he's an adult now. It was where the research facility the Ring Fleet has sent us to study Cheros and find out, why he was there, though I believe we've done a pretty good job of figuring that out, though I'm afraid the Ring Fleet never really learned why, because Tradus' men and the Tiefling attacked the facility. So perhaps they're after something in the ruins.
This is the first that I'm truly hearing of your past with the Ring Fleet. You were on a crew?
Yes, we are the remnants, I suppose, of the crew of the Vindicta.
The Vindicta? Holy shit. No wonder you're so skilled at what you do. That was Leon Adrian's crew, no?
Yes, the late commander was I don't think we ever actually confirmed he was dead.
Yeah, you have no idea where he is.
Yes, Leon was our commander. Whether he lives or not is a mystery.
Fascinating. Well, that... If I had known that you worked with such a prestigious hero... Anyway, I was going to ask you to join us on this ambush, but I actually have another idea, if you'd like to listen.
I'm all ears.
Well, I was hoping that I'd be able to provide you with two options as far as which of Tradus' agents you could track down, but with the recent chaos in the galaxy, let me be more specific, with the Veggarok abandoning Elfir and the atmospheric shields keeping us and mostly everything out. Whatever it is you need to do on the planet will have to wait. Mohandis, the Mind Flayer, leads the attack, and he will require more than just your crew to take down. No offense. The best thing we can do for the people of Elfir is to provide them with their strongest ally once again. So, if you're willing, I would like to send you to Veggarok. This Thraxageddon, I must assume. It has something to do with the chaos going on, the bombings, that has this Leonin king so concerned. So, 2 birds with 1 stone, no? You head to the planet, take down the Minotaur. Not only would you be weakening Tratus, you could potentially return order to your planet.
Is this Minotaur in a maze on the planet's surface, perchance?
That is the rumor. The Minotaur's maze.
Yes, I was forewarned about this by Otherworld. To be perfectly honest, when we were dealing with a zombie outbreak on Zolkul Prime, we ended up in hell and speaking to a demon, and he told us about our futures. Not really sure if he was lying to us or not. You never can trust demons, but...
Yes, true. Interesting. Well, you are well-traveled individuals. I suppose speaking to a demon's not that crazy. I myself have never had the opportunity, but I suppose that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is, trust me.
Yes, but the main important piece about the mission on Vegarok would be the most valuable resource for the ring. It provides the galaxy with some sense of communion between the most powerful protectors. So, restoring balance, getting the troops back into the ring fleet that Vegarok provides is incredibly important. I suppose I should slow down a bit. Do you have any questions so far? Any things you have to say? I mean, I cannot make you do anything.
I mean, I have some personal things as well to deal with on Vegarok. I'm pretty sure the, Shadow... Is it Council or Collective? I can never remember which one we went with.
They both work. I think it's Council, but
Collective.
It could also be Collective. Yeah, exactly.
I believe is seeking vengeance against me on my family, so I probably need to deal with that.
Yes.
And my contacts on Vegarok would be a great place for us to gain allegiance from them. They owe me quite a bit.
Yes, well, there's more to that story. I have a contact on Vegarok as well. Zalix. She is a tabaxi as well. Smuggler, best of her class. She will no doubt be in contact with you once I inform her if you are taking the mission or not. She can procure whatever it is that you need to complete the task of destroying Threxigeddon, within reason. Whether that's, something as simple as a place to sleep overnight, or perhaps a vehicle to get around on the, you call them
5
lowlands.
nuclear warheads.
Again, within reason, but maybe she's performed crazier acts for me.
I was over-exaggerating our need.
Well,
But
I would suggest... Sorry, go ahead.
would I have heard of this person before? Given my
Interesting. Yeah, give me a history roll.
kind of advantage because we're both criminals from the same planet and probably ran into each other.
I'm going to say not advantage because, kind of like you, she keeps her identity quite hidden.
5, no.
Yeah, you haven't heard of this person. I was going to suggest that she could provide you with information about the area, but I predict your own tabaxi could help you with that.
Yes, though it has been some time since I was anywhere but the planet's surface.
Yes, well, I would be lying myself if I said I didn't have some selfish motivations as to why I want to accomplish things on Vegarok. But seeing as the war has my full attention and my resources are spread thin, I don't want to waste this opportunity. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to send one of my agents with you. It will be a simple task that he performs for me, and then when he is done, you may use him how you wish to complete the main goal, and he will be under your command until the Minotaur is dead and peace is restored on the planet.
Speaking of agents, I spoke with your mechanics earlier today to see if
Gilda.
Yes, Gilda. To potentially recruit an engineer onto the Bronze Phoenix, and she recommended a Talia.
Telly, yes. The poor girl had everything taken from her in this battle. Yes, I think she'd be excellent with your crew, especially on this mission. She works well under stress.
Yes. Well, I will let them know that you approve of her joining us.
Absolutely. Did Gilda tell you about the repairs to your ship?
Yes, that she made some repairs and that you were offering to either have us outfitted with a hyperdrive or a better gun.
Yes.
I did have one question on that.
I told her not to go onto your ship, by the way. She just didn't listen.
That's fine. We left it unlocked. It's on us.
Okay.
If we accept one, could we then pay for the installation or the other? Or are you limited on resources enough that it's one or nothing?
The problem is, if I did go that route, I'd have to overcharge you far more than you would spend buying that sort of weaponry elsewhere. It's just so important that we keep our forces focused on the battle at hand. I know your mission is important, but I think it would be best if you pick one.
I look at Cock, put like my hand in front of my face so he can like hear me communicate to him. Right,
You start doing the John Cena.
Yeah, just like you can't see me. I believe hyperdrive would be the better option for us, so we can get to where we're going faster and can escape quicker. Yes, a better gun would be helpful, but hopefully we'll have one before we engage any real fleets.
I say in his head, yeah, I like fast ships.
Alright. Well, if you truly only can spare one, I believe we will take the hyperdrive.
Well, it is, I think, important that we help you however we can. This is a very fleeting opportunity to weaken this pirate, so if that is what you wish, I will inform Gilda, and by the time you leave, hopefully the installation will be done. You still have one more ally to revive, yes, tomorrow?
Correct.
Yes, well, by the time that is done, your ship will be ready to go. I assure you of that. Well, I suppose you have yet to answer my question about the agent that I wish to add to your crew. Again, it is ultimately up to you, but it would be very helpful for me.
Who would be joining us?
Well, to make things as smooth as possible, I've picked someone who actually claims that they already know you. You will have to confirm for yourself whether that is true, but according to the ranks, he has been going around telling everyone that he met the heroes of the Omega Astria.
And who is this?
She walks over to the terminal. Kettigan, can you send in Bruce, please? And the door opens up, and standing in the doorway is the PI that you traveled through Keeney's Palace with, Bruce Hackman.
Bruce! I guess you might be taking up our offer to join us anyway.
Holy shit! I did not think I would see you guys again, but, hey, being friends with the heroes of the galaxy, that's pretty good, huh? He puts his hands in the air. Alright,
Yeah.
enough of that, Bruce.
It is pretty good. I'm glad we were able to get you out of Keeney's Palace.
Yeah, you helped me out. I wasn't able to complete my mission, but I actually saw you guys when you were escaping. I was up on top of one of the roofs, and but I was in the midst of a pretty big battle myself. There was a guy with a big sniper, and not your big sniper. He points at the gun on your back. Different big sniper, and actually I stopped him from killing you, or shooting you anyway. Before I escaped the Starforge myself.
Good to
Yes.
know that people are after me. Not surprised.
Yeah, probably has to do with the whole thing you were talking about. I mean, I wasn't listening.
Nah.
Iva just face palms. Yes, I had sent Bruce on a mission to locate a target that was potentially incredibly helpful in our fight against Tratus, but he was unable to do so. Okay, but I did not expect the Calvic spawn to attack and kill a bunch of people, to be fair. No, our target passed away, unfortunately. Anyway, shall we continue the brief?
Their target was the dude I swindled out of all his money.
Target was Xanthar Claw.
One of you do know who the target was, but I will not say. I will not, unless you ask, I will not reveal that information.
Who was your target?
Persuasion roll.
If you don't mind me asking. 15.
Well, since he is no longer with us, I suppose it doesn't harm anything. It's not all that important, but there was a man on the Starforge. He had a device sewn into his head, a device that would give us enough information about Tratus to potentially know some weaknesses. I don't know how he got it, but he did, and his name was Hall. He was a mute, and an old friend of mine who sadly passed away. The Calvic spawn killed him. Clearly they knew what he knew, and they were after him. Hence why they attacked the Forge in the first place.
When did we interact with a mute?
It wasn't necessarily you two. I now remember that like 20 minutes ago William said I did not listen to any of the Nick stuff, so that's why he doesn't know who that is. Alright, since the... Actually, I'm gonna read what I wrote here, but it doesn't make any sense now. Since the entire Vegarok task force is now present, they're not. Let's break down the details, and you can bring the information back to your crew.
Indeed.
So, the trip from Adon Keep would usually be about 5 days, give or take, but since we're providing you with a hyperspace drive, you should be able to arrive at the Light Forge relatively quickly, within a few hours. This will mean that we don't necessarily have to give you any sort of fuel reserves. You'll be able to basically have the same amount of fuel as when you arrive. The Light Forge is right outside Vegarok, so it will be a couple hours arriving on the planet once you're there. And they should let you just through, assuming everything works out, but nothing ever does, so you'll have to stay in contact with us.
I also technically still work for them, so should be good.
Oh, the Vegarokian government? Well, that would help getting you in, assuming they go along with you still being an employee.
Yes.
As we talked about, we will provide you with the improvements to your Bronze Phoenix. Gilda mentioned something about furniture. Is that something you want?
Yeah, so the bedrooms on the ship are pretty bare. If you have any like spare mattresses, chairs, beds. Do you have anything from the Anno fleet for Cock? He sort of will only use Anno fleet furniture and literally sold their other captain's furniture because it wasn't Anno fleet furniture.
We have a designer on board named Rani. I don't know if she deals in Anno fleet things, but I could ask her to definitely refurbish some of your sleeping areas, perhaps providing more sleeping arrangements so you can have more crew on board. It would be a little bit cramped, but I'm not sure if that matters for you all. I mean, you already had one mutiny. Maybe you would like to avoid that. I'm not sure.
I believe we would. I believe we would, right, Cock?
Yes, I like my ship.
I would also offer you... Cheros nods very aggressively as you say that. I would also offer you some other talent, not just Tally. We have many very important agents with the Crones. If there are
You have a
positions
cook?
you need to... yes.
As
we
long
have a
as
few
it's not the
cooks.
one on your ship that makes everything with like fistfuls of salt.
Halima, yes, she is quite the character. But no, I'd like to keep her. She is very useful. I can hook you up with some different people, potential crewmates, right after this if you'd like, or maybe we could do it in the morning.
Yes, that would be nice. We have a few vacancies, really only 2, now that Tally has joined us.
Yes, well, perhaps you can acquire some other crew just to make the journey easier. I want this mission to be a success. And speaking on that, obviously we need Thraxageddon dealt with. However you see fit doing this, I trust your abilities to take down enemies, considering you dealt with the plague on board Percival's yacht. Try not to dilly-dally, though. Once he is gone, and the planet is back to whatever sort of normal we need it, I guess return here, and hopefully we'll have two of Tradus' agents out of the fight, and we can regroup, and also, where is it? She pats her armor, turns around, grabs something off the terminal. She hands out a small data pad to you. Any notes that you can take about what Tradus has Thrax doing, or anything useful, plug it into here, and I'm the only one that will see it.
Gotcha.
I have faith in you, heroes. Together, we can take this pirate down. She says, realizing she's also a pirate, this evil pirate.
Don't worry. We're all not the best.
Speak
We
for
make
yourself.
decisions,
Early.
we have to. Cox fucking puts his arms on either side, looks like Superman.
I look at Cock again, doing like the mental connection. Do we wish to share the research data and a copy of the after action report with her that we created for the Admiral?
It's like 2 weeks old.
Yeah, it's
Also,
not-
you need Reinhardt for that because you gave the stuff to what's her face, Jade. So
Yeah.
Reinhardt could just tell her when he's awake.
Oh, I thought I had him like create another copy.
You did, but he hasn't done it yet because I think basically, well, maybe he has. Maybe it's on the ship somewhere. You don't know. You haven't asked him.
Should we? Actually, I don't think any of us have ever looked at what was on the metal disc the captain gave us right before he died in Devon's arms. I think
he watched it with you. You may just not remember.
Maybe.
It was a message from Dr. Banks.
Oh, yes. I thought it was more important information.
Hey! Alright.
Sorry, where were we?
Well,
sharing the information that we find through the data pad. Yep.
And I suggest it's not that late, but you should all get some rest for what comes next. And head back to the sanctuary tomorrow.
Yep.
Get your friend back. She may need some time to figure things out. If she ultimately decides she does not want to go on this mission, as I said, I can provide you with whatever it is you need. And she looks around at the rest of her crew. Mostly top-notch talent. But, again, this is all for the greater good of the galaxy, so I thank you for putting yourselves at risk. We are doing the same, but it feels different because I know why I'm doing it. I don't always know why other people are putting themselves at risk.
Well, we're doing it because Hydroxyl cannot succeed. It would be horribly devastating.
Yes. How can I commit piracy across the galaxy if the galaxy does not exist?
Yes. How could you?
She says that with a smirk. Well.
Wait, did we ever tell her that he was planning on destroying the sun?
I don't know, did you?
How does she know that he's planning on destroying the galaxy?
Quickly, kill it.
No, we would. I assume it's an easy enough conclusion to reach.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, she's right here. You could ask her.
You ask her, Cock. You haven't said anything.
I don't care how she knows.
All right. Fair enough. We'll see you once Maddie is revived and figured out what she wants to do, Iva.
And I think to be fair, I should ask Jacob and Nick if there's anything that you guys wanted to ask her. I think I should let you ask them through the other characters because I didn't expect you guys to get drunk. But if there's anything you want to ask, now would be the time. Otherwise, we can move on.
Does she know any of the potential repercussions of getting revived in the manner that I did?
Iva specifically does not. However, she would say that, there are certain truths about magic, laws, for some reason, even though it's so up in the air. And one of the laws of magic is you cannot be brought back twice. So, tell your friend to be incredibly careful.
Well, shit, I can't die then.
You've not died.
I died in the orgy.
You got knocked out. You didn't die, did you?
No, he definitely died.
Oh. Oh yeah, Cheros revived him, didn't he? Something did.
Yeah, something did.
I have a one more question about that. I have a spell now called Death Ward, where I touch a creature and grant it a measure of protection from death. The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage. The target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends.
Oh, nice.
So I can use that on Cock, obviously, as a kind of safe haven. It only lasts for 8 hours though, so we get into dire straits. But can I also use that on myself potentially?
What's the spell called? Death Warrant?
Death Ward.
Death Ward.
It's a touch spell, so I guess I could just have one hand touch my arm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to say it, but you said it, so go off.
Go off, King.
Go off. You go so hard.
I would assume you could use it on yourself.
Okay, but it's just that I can't really use. I've never really thought I could use Cure Wounds on myself because the wording was different. Of a creature you touch regains health versus you touch a creature. I don't know. for whatever reason, that feels different than the way it was written.
Yeah. Can you use Death Ward on yourself? I'll try to find an answer, but I think for now, I assume you can.
Okay.
Jacob, do you have any questions for Iva? I assume no.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
I believe that you can use it on yourself. Okay. Alright, you guys go your separate ways.
Yes.
The
Let us go.
the vibe you get as you're leaving the room from the rest of Iva's crew is that they're kind of like, some of them, maybe not the pilots, the telepathic pilots so much, but some of them are like, these fucking posers, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, we're the real fucking heroes here. But you guys
They
leave.
didn't save an entire city from a zombie apocalypse.
Which one of you wants to get goon beamed? I swear to God, I'll do it.
Which one of you wants to take 120 damage to the face right now?
While we're talking, I'm gonna look to see where my wardess is.
Okay. What do you... You're looking in the room like it's in the room?
I always know what direction it is to me, so long as it's close enough, and I think that's like
100 meters.
2 miles or some shit.
Yeah, it's below you somewhere.
Okay. I'm just staring at the floor the entire conversation then.
Yeah, that entire conversation was just Iva and Erebus talking back and forth. But that's okay. Alright, you guys head back to the Bronze Phoenix.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, I guess I go, because Iva never said she would tell them. I go to the mechanics area and tell them that Tally can join us and that we're getting the hyperdrive.
Okay, do you want Tally to join you right away? Like...
Her and Bruce can start staying with us, I guess.
Okay, Bruce definitely comes along, and Tally will pack her things and head over when she's all packed up. And you guys head back to the Bronze Phoenix. Bruce is just like, to be honest, that whole thing on the Starforge was so crazy that I don't want to say this around Iva because she's a bit of a hard ass, but I had to get the fuck out of there. I'm just one guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we had some trouble even after I blew up an entire hangar, so...
Exactly, and my skills are more in the sort of investigation of things, finding people, that sort of stuff. It's why I'm here. So, she should understand, but I don't know. Something about that woman.
And apparently my skills, unbeknownst to me, are in blowing myself up.
Oh, well,
Don't worry,
that's
I
good.
don't do it very often.
I
Twice.
hear that you got your friend back, the one that died in Keeney's palace.
Oh, we did.
That's good.
Yeah, now we just have one more friend who was killed by Tratus that we need to bring back.
Ah, so that explains why you guys are here fighting the old bloke.
And we know his brother.
Yeah, and we know his brother. I point at Cheros, this is his
As you
brother.
say that, Cheros puts his head down and is just trying to speed off towards the ship, trying not to be looked at. What? His brother? Tratus has a brother?
And, like, he has, like, 7 siblings. We only know one of them.
Oh, shit. Where are the other ones?
They don't get along at all. I think they tried to kill him. Might be why he's a bit of a dick.
Dang. What, and you just... So his brother tried to kill him,
No,
turned
no,
him
not
into a
the one-
monster.
Not the one we're with. He sided neutrally in the whole conflict.
Gotcha. So he's here...
Found the cool one.
He's trying to save Tratus?
He's trying to stop Tratus from destroying the galaxy, just like we are.
I mean, shit. If you believe him, great. If that's what Tratus looks like inside the suit, he may as well not wear the helmet, because holy fucking shit.
Be more terrifying, right?
God damn. I really tried hard not to piss my pants when I saw that guy, but what
worry.
is he? Is he like an alien or something?
I'll let Cheros describe more about him in his own time. I don't feel right sharing all the details.
I mean,
And you
everyone
finish,
not from your planet is an alien, really.
you finish saying that as you can see Cheros stood in front of the ship as it's completely locked up. Yeah, I meant more like alien to the galaxy, but I know what you mean. I'm doing the fucking Timbly Bibbs voice, I think. I know what you mean.
Hey, you're awake.
But no, he is not alien to the galaxy.
Huh, I've never seen anything like him, but that's all right. You know, these things happen. You see all kinds of crazy shit all the time nowadays.
Ain't that the truth?
Some of the stuff I saw back on the Starforge, Calvic spawn, fucking big ass white robo-copper coming down on me. I had to get out of there, man.
So this person who was sniping me, did he look like he was a hired assassin from the Shadow Council Collective?
I've never dealt with the Shadow Collective Council, but he did have a strange mask on. Just sort of a black cloak with a strange mask, and then I saw him up on the roof, and it was around the time where I saw you guys. I was gonna come down and say hi, but when I saw him, I was like, I should probably do something about this. And yeah, by the time I finished fighting him, you guys were gone, so...
Does the
I dipped.
mask he described sound familiar to me?
No, he describes a sort of,
Generic.
like a bird mask.
Hmm.
I don't know if that rings a bell. You guys make it to the ship at this point. Cheros is tapping his foot, patiently waiting for Cock to open the door.
Maybe it's the birds who tried to kill me back on Vegarok, but I tricked them out of it. Not tricked them out of it. They broke the rules, so
I thieves coded them.
thieves coded them. Oh, that was
Do you
the
often
best.
have birds trying to kill you? Is that like a thing with cats?
Usually it's the other way around, but I guess
Yeah, I
it
think
was
so.
turned on me.
Huh.
Speaking of bird, we got any chicken on board?
I don't know. It's your ship.
I was asking Cock because he's the one who bought the supplies, I think.
I think
You know,
technically
I had
Anastasia bought a
chicken,
bunch of supplies.
But
You had
I left it
poison
on-
chicken.
I left it on a ship when one of your people betrayed us.
One of our people. Is that like a racist thing or?
Oh no, he's talking about the ring fleet.
Oh, okay. Whew. I don't like racists. I just want to make that very clear.
It's fleetist.
Ah, yes. I'm a flutist myself.
Ah,
That's just something you
Flautist.
should know about me. A flautist. Yeah, sure.
All right, Cock, we sort of need you to open the ship before we can get on.
open sesame.
Oh,
Okay.
the cargo.
One of
bay
these
opened.
days, you gotta add me to the ship's registry of people who can use it.
Yeah, he fucking added Timberly Bibbs before you, bro. What the fuck? Anyway, the ship opens up.
If you don't,
Cheros
I'll
walks on.
pilot us into an asteroid.
Wow, this is crazy. I did not know you had a ship this nice.
Yeah, it's
Thank
a
you.
bit magical.
A bit.
Yeah, if Cock says one specific word, it gets
Hey,
the
go
size of a
inside
toy.
somewhere other than the cargo hold, and you can find out.
Don't,
What are you gonna do to me?
don't, Bruce, don't. It shrinks down to a very toy-like size. Anyone not in the cargo hold gets killed. The people in the cargo hold are fine. So,
Specifically
Well.
crushed to death.
That does sound fucking magic. Not really my specialty, but it sounds very intriguing. What's that sound? You hear a really loud AI voice say, "Welcome back to the Bronze Phoenix, Captain."
thank you. What's your
Oh yeah,
name?
the old captain installed an illegal robot into the ship.
Fuck, what was its name? I am Cog. Are there two captains? Why am I hearing two voices?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that
I
might
used to be the
something in your-
captain. I'm now the pilot.
My apologies, Captain and former Captain.
And former captain.
Isn't that like really illegal?
Nah, we don't care.
What's the ring fleet gonna do with their Morgan traders?
Yeah, I mean that's fair, and shit, I've seen crazier stuff with Iva. Anyway,
If it's only the
Wanna-
ring fleet who will get angry, then I should do it more.
Also, yeah, technically this is a diplomatic ambassadorship to the ring fleet, so he has diplomatic immunity anyway. So
oh,
Unless they want the entire anomaly army to come down on them, they can't touch me.
the
Right.
anomaly. Aren't they in like utter chaos right now?
Everyone's
Probably.
under chaos because of the anomaly. Also,
Oh,
yeah, our leader
what?
died.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Sorry, I didn't want to bring that up. Anyway, you want to introduce me to the rest of the crew?
yeah, so Reinhardt, Devon, Brack. Reinhardt's our commander. Devon's our
You're
medical.
pointing at them passed out unconscious on the floor.
Yeah, Devon's our medical staff. Brack is our tank, our warrior, our strongman. We got Dridgy somewhere out on the station, unless she's come back. Dridgy, you in here?
Don't hear-
You're of all cows.
Yeah. So
Who
Dridgy,
the fuck was that?
That was Brock launching out of being unconscious.
Oh god, it's awake. What is that thing?
That's a bugbear. And the Brack, don't worry,
Your
perfectly
mother
friendly.
will be mine.
They can talk?
They can. He can at least. I don't know about the rest of them.
You can talk a little bit. I just kind of keep it around. So.
Anyway, Dredgy, she is Cock's bodyguard. Currently out on the ships somewhere. So she's not very great at her job, considering she's not near him quite a bit.
He also tried to kill me, I think, twice.
Yeah, that too. We got
Jesus Christ.
Timbly Bibbs, our potion man, right over there. Leonard Latour is somewhere around here. He's the old captain of the ship.
The old captain. Okay.
Yep. He's the one who built the ship.
So he's the old captain, you're the former captain, Cox the captain.
Yeah, well,
There we go.
our pilot mutinied against us, so I had to take over piloting, so Cock took over being the captain for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Perfect.
I promise not to, go against you guys like that. I'm just gonna be on for the ride, and then when we get back here, I'll be out of
And then we got Cog, the AI pilot /
And whatever you do not ask me what my job is. My secret
What?
mission with Iva. Do not ask me.
Oh,
What is your
thought you
secret
meant, like-
mission?
I cannot tell you.
fair enough.
Sounds good.
Are you an expert chef, perchance?
No,
I
but
asked you this, didn't I? Oh no.
yes, I believe you did. It was a while ago, though.
It turns out between when I asked you and when we met here, just a week apart, I've learned how to pilot and be an expert chef. So,
If your secret
Oh.
mission is to take my ship spin around in a circle. Very good.
Are you an expert in banana pudding?
I believe that is everyone.
I'm an expert at putting my banana in things.
Are you gonna put the expert next to me, Nick, and Andrew? Or is that like implied?
Oh yeah, Nick is also an expert. You're not technically an expert pilot,
Gotcha.
and Andrew's not an expert captain.
I'm an expert rizzer.
Exactly. All right,
What was I an expert in again? Sorry.
Medic.
being a medic.
Oh, medic. Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys want to lay down for the night and get ready for tomorrow?
The other person I forgot to introduce you to, Tally, our new engineer who worked for Iva, who is joining us to help with the fact that we don't have any engineers.
Oh, nice. Well, I guess they're gonna have kind of a whole new crew on this adventure. But again, I'm temporary cargo. Don't even pay attention to me. You won't even know I'm here. I definitely won't be in a nuisance. And you know what? I cannot tell you what I'm doing for Iva, so do not ask.
As long as it's not putting
What are you
listening
doing?
devices on our ship.
No, it's got nothing to do with pudding.
It's putting
But why?
bugs on our ship.
If your secret task is to steal my ship, do a jumping jack. Very good.
I just imagine he starts doing it.
This joke's got legs.
Alright, well, we're gonna go to sleep because we have to go revive Maddie Winter. I just point to like a corpse sitting in the medical facility.
The corpse is still in the sanctuary.
Yeah, the corpse.
You
is
left
in
it with
the
the-
sanctuary.
We have to revive another crewmate who you'll meet tomorrow. Maddie Winter's our weapons specialist.
He points at the bounty hunter's corpse and he's like, wait, that's not the right corpse.
Also, Iva mentioned something about talking to potential crewmates.
Yes.
When is that happening? In the morning?
I think it might best to wait until these
Our
two
other
sober up.
crewmates are not drunk.
They sober up, and Maddie decides whether or not she'll be joining us on our adventure.
All right. Well, I'll find a bed and fall asleep.
Yes.
Even though I'm not that tired, but I want to be part of the crew. I mean,
You sleep
not
when I
be a
say you
part of the
sleep.
crew. He winks.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Damn right.
All right, you guys. You take a long rest. You sleep
Okay.
in the Bronze Phoenix, and
as
slumber is fine.
Erebus sleeps, his armor absorbs more of his life force.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Yeah, I have some weird shit. I don't know why, but
All right. The next morning. Let's get 2 more Constitution saves from Devon and Brack.
Level of hangover.
15.
With a disadvantage.
No.
14.
18.
All right, Brock, you wake up. You feel relatively fine. Devon, there's a little bit of side effects, but you're able to operate, I'd say.
All right, boys, let's get up and at 'em. We got a Maddie Winters to revive.
No?
Yes. I can't wait to see my good friend Maddie back in the real world. We went through a lot in Sun City.
I guess I also catch them up to date on everything they missed while they were blackout drunk. So
You mean blackout having fun.
we picked up one of Ida's crew to act as our engineer. Another one is joining us as we travel to Vagarok to deal with one of Tradus's lieutenants. We also are going to get a hyperdrive, so our ship will go faster. They did some repairs. We'll pick up some other crew after Maddie decides whether or not she'll be staying with us.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. Let us head to the sanctuary.
Yes. Do you guys have an idea? I say this just as we're walking. Do you guys have an idea of what you're going to offer up to bring Maddie back?
I was thinking my bag of ball bearings and Chero shards.
Oh. Interesting.
I mean, that dragon scale got us out of dying in hell, so it's pretty important to me.
Nice. Who said that?
God, obviously.
I'm giving up my my armor that I was wearing the day that I met Maddie. There's been so much that we've gone through these past several weeks that I don't know. I get a little sentimental sometimes over these kind of offshoot little items.
Well, you'd be a great person to revive other people then.
I found this rock, man. It means a lot to me and reminds me of this one person.
All right, shall we head out to the sanctuary?
I thought we were already heading out.
Yeah, I assume you have this conversation while you walk. Oh yeah, one thing I'll add is Cheros would come with you to witness Maddie's revival. So he comes along. He mentioned something about feeling bad that he's the one person he couldn't save on the warrant, so he wants to see this. But yeah, you guys arrive back into the area where Iva was holding all of her like special army's special weapons and stuff, and you see the rock with the portal inside, and you guys walk back through. This is something you've done a few times now, so the sensation is less strange this time, and you arrive on the stones outside of the temple of water that the sanctuary is built inside of. Again, the running water is much stronger now that the temple has come back to life in a big way. And outside you can see... Fuck, I should have had the names ready. You see the female elder cleric, who I will be reminded of the name shortly. But she's outside, like, planting something in some grass near the temple.
Hello again.
You're back! A brand new day, another chance to bring back new life. Devon, I'm so happy to see you back up on your feet.
Yes. It's good to be back. It gives me a little more peace of mind, even if I'm on... Funny to say you're on your last life, but if I go down, that is it for me. So, gives me a little more appreciation for this world.
Yes.
You guys only have 2, I have 9.
There were no side effects, were there? Everything is working all right?
Still get hard.
Not to my knowledge. I seem to be the same Devon that I was when I left.
I mean, his balls were pretty hard, so I think it works.
Thank you, Jack.
Well, that is very good to hear. Well, Maris and Jordis are inside the temple somewhere. We have been anxiously waiting for the ceremony, including your dwarf friend, so I suppose now is the best time.
Indeed.
You have a tentacle in your mouth?
No, I'm just
Hey,
tired.
that's mine.
Still waking up.
All right. Well, follow me. She leads you guys inside the temple. You head inside, back into the main chamber where the large tank of blue liquid is, and you can see the other two elder clerics, Maris and Jordis. Hello, friends. But before we could begin, there were some concerns I had about our original arrangement. Are we still to be set free once this deal is done?
There's now an addendum to the deal. I believe Iva, if you've spoken to her at all.
Yes, she's the blonde one who wishes to use our ability on someone, but she wanted to wait.
Yes. I would take up your freedom with her. Because you're currently on her ship.
Yes, you will be set free.
There just might be extra steps involved now. As we are protecting you currently from being recaptured by potentially devastating forces to the galaxy in the form of the pirate Tratus.
Ultimately, we wish to be returned to our celestial orbit. If that is not the agreement, and if you no longer have a say in that, then how could we go forward with our deal?
Stop talking to them. You're supposed to be a spy. Shut up.
He's just being honest. I mean, come on.
This is the only time he's been honest.
It's true.
Their orbit was in like the asteroid field, right?
Yeah, around there, near the Star Watch Center.
Which was near the Star Forge, right?
Relatively. It's like a day's travel from the Star Forge. I don't want to be wrapped up in this pirate's game. I understand if she has someone she wants brought back, then we will do that, but we don't want to be a tool for her. That's not what the sanctuary was built for.
Yes, I understand that. Just like with us, you can only revive who she wants to be brought back once, so it's not like you'll be useful to her after that. So I imagine she would indeed set you free. It's also, right now, your celestial orbit is in the middle of a war zone, so it might not be the safest time for you to return.
Poppycock. We were fine for thousands of years before that damned billionaire came by. We'll be fine for another 1,000 before another damned billionaire comes by. I assure you.
Weren't you guys infected with like a pretty bad...
Well, he puts his hands in the air. Okay, but that was because we tried to help somebody that we shouldn't have helped. But it happens. I'd rather be infected by a alien race than, be a pawn in some war.
So you're a bishop, at least.
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't think I will. Well, anyway, I suppose we will help with your friend, but if you could put in a good word for us and get us out of here, we would greatly appreciate it.
We will. We will. Won't we, Cock? And Devon and Brawl and Reinhardt?
Brawl?
Yeah, I got bad news. We're all left with Jamal.
Brock. My bad. Names are so fucking similar.
It is in the anomaly's best interest that you are returned. Yes.
Boom.
There. That is very reassuring. Well, let's get on with it then. Enough of the bummer shit, am I right?
On with the show!
He cracks his
Shit with
knuckles,
my bum.
and the three elder clerics begin bringing the body forward towards the tank, unzipping the see-through bag that they float on, pulling the body out, stripping it of its clothes.
Did Devon ever put his clothes back on?
Yeah, Brawl gave him his clothes back. And they dunk Maddie's dead body with a crushed head into the water. All right. Does everyone have the items they are required to present when they are called upon?
Indeed.
Yes.
Excellent. May the ritual begin. And their eyes begin to glow a blue color. And they spread their hands out towards the tank and all begin chanting, Kalamush! Kalamush! Bidabadabadego! And they start singing a song.
Remember that song?
As this happens, the body in the tank begins to shake a little bit.
It's dancing.
Yeah.
Dancing in the night.
I assume you guys all go and sit down at the table you did before, as you witness the greatness of the magic. Alright, let's see here. Alright. The first person that feels a presence and a voice in their head is Devon. As you sit watching these three mages cast their spell on Maddie's body in the tank, you hear, what the hell is going on? Devon, is that you?
Yes, Maddie. I'm sorry we were split up so abruptly, but it was for a good cause, as I was brought back to life, and now you have the chance to be brought back to life too, so...
I think I need to call you for something?
Yes. I'm a bit sentimental about this item. It's the armor that I was wearing the day that we met, and the day should kind of hit the fan, I guess you could say, but that is my offer to you.
Okay, so Devon gets up off the sort of bench thing and walks over towards the tank, and what kind of armor is it?
It's just light armor.
Okay, light armor. He lifts it up into the air and it begins to glow with this blue magical energy and flings into the giant tank. And you begin to walk back. Alright, next. Erebus. You hear a voice in your head. It's good to see you, old friend, or sense your presence. I think I need you to do something?
Yes, we are doing our ritual to bring you back to the world of the living after your untimely end. I offer you this bag of extremely useful tools that I used in combat. Some ball bearings, 1,000 of them, quite a lot of them, as well as this very emotional and sentimental piece of helpful. Essentially, it's a dragon scale I found on the base that I've used to summon help to us before in the past. So, here you go.
Yeah, it's also like it's in a bunch of pieces and it's stuck to a piece of tape from that time that it exploded in what the fuck was that guy's name? Wolfram's apartment. But yeah, you offer that out, you walk towards, and you can't see Maddie, but you can sense her being shook at you offering the bag of ball bearings. And you offer them out, and there's a big pulse of energy as they begin to glow, and the ball bearings splash into the tank, and then the other thing just sort of slowly floats over into the tank. And you walk back.
I offered them both because they're both in the same bag.
The next person, another person that I forgot to mention was here, but Reinhardt obviously is also there because he's part of the original crew. So I'll ask Jacob for this brief moment. When Maddie asks him to come forward, what would he present to bring her back?
Alright. He walks up, as I am now, most of the time, will be on the ship, and am the commander of the ship. I offer you my vibro staff.
Oh my god. You guys are offering more shit for Maddie than you did for Devon. So he holds out this magical metal staff into the air, and
I know we didn't speak much, but I look forward to seeing you again.
And it spins up into the air. It starts deflecting off the walls and slams into the tank. And her body begins to vibrate with energy.
Man, I just got all the good shit, huh?
I mean, it's easiest for you because you don't have to use any of this stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And you walk back and sit down, and then Cock sort of sat there waiting for his moment to be called, and then, like, suddenly Charos looks around and then just, like, stands up. and starts walking over towards the tank. And Cock is left with this sense of sadness as he was not chosen.
I didn't know her very well. He knew damn well
Yeah.
he wasn't getting chosen.
Yeah, but to be fair, Cheros knew her even less. So there is a little bit of randomness with it. And he walks forward and pulls out. I wish he was here. My original plan was to do this with Devon, but he wasn't here when that happened. So he pulls out his immovable rod and lifts it up into the air. Maddie is gonna come back completely fine, and that deflects off the fucking walls and then splashes into the tank. And then Maddie's body shoots up into the air and begins to glow bright, similar to the revival with Devon. Her body just becomes like a glowing beacon with no discernible characteristics. Rises up into the air, and there is a moment where Cheros hasn't walked back yet. He's just sort of stood still next to the tank, and this pulsing energy is going, and there's just like the body's just floating there. Cheros is stood at the tank. The chanting is still happening. Banish Moosh! Banish Moosh! But the body's just floating there.
Wait and see what happens.
Can I use my inspiration to ensure Maddie's true and utmost revival?
What do you want to use, like on a roll or something? Like, what are you thinking?
If there's like a role that the mages are doing to improve it, can I use my own magical ability to like boost their ability to do the
Sure,
spell?
you can do a with your initiative. You can do a advantage Arcana roll.
All right. Advantage on fun roll. Ooh. From a 6 to a natural 20.
Holy shit. Okay, so seeing this, Devon looks around like, is this supposed to be happening? You mean you didn't witness the first one? Because you were the person being revived. So you just like reach your hand out and start thinking, casting all the spells you can, trying to give as much energy as possible. And then there's this huge flash of light all across the room. The energy starts pushing back, pushing all of you. The table flings over and slams into the wall, and you're all looking around like, what the fuck is going on? And then the light comes to an end, and Maddie slowly falls down to the ground. Her body next to the tank. The three mages looking around. And the last thing you notice is Cheros is no longer there.
But
Oh shit.
Maddie's eyes slowly open. She's looking around, completely naked, by the way, so someone may want to grab her clothes.
throw. I hand her clothes.
Alright, you rush over, give them to her, try not to look. What the fuck?
Hello,
fuck?
Maddie.
She, like, looks at the clothes, realizes she's naked, and starts pulling her pants on. Pulling the shirt over. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Maddie.
She's looking around.
It's us.
Devon?
It's everyone. Yes, it's me, Devon. And Erebus.
He found...
And Cock.
She's like slamming her foot on the ground. It's Tradus. He's got Athena.
What?
He has Athena.
Athena.
The goddess.
You can see tears start to roll down her face. I thought Cheros could do... She looks around. She doesn't see him. Oh god, what have I done?
You didn't do anything. I mean, we just revived you. Like,
Well, shit.
what was the last that you remember going through when you were with Tridus and Athena was captured?
She's like rubbing her eyes to get the tears out of it. He was running up on us, and Athena told me to hide in a room. She was gonna try to lock the door. I told her no. I grabbed a weapon, and then I started feeling this strange feeling, and I thought Cheros could do something. He was he was there.
He was there? Like, did you
Was it his full presence? Because when we were reviving you just now, Theros had been with us for the past, however long. He hasn't left our side as much since we've been reunited, or at least the crew has.
The elder clerics start walking down from the stairs. You can see the young female Lien. We saw it too. Where were you, dwarf? I don't know. They took us to some other realm. They thought we were hidden. He followed us. I don't know why he wanted us, but maybe he got what he wanted all along.
It seems that the two brothers are engaging in combat, likely, as we speak. Perhaps there's nothing we can do in terms of being reunited with Cheros. He has gone to fight a fight that is more personal than any of us.
That can't be it. That can't be the end of it. She gets up. She runs over to the clerics. You've got to be able to bring him back, right? You can put me back there. I don't care.
Cock, can you contact him?
Huck is in the corner, vibrating in anger at what you just said. And then he tries to contact him.
Give me a religion check.
Give help?
How?
I know I just gave my shard up, but I have practiced praying to Cheros, so we both pray together to Cheros.
All right. If Cock allows you, you can help him.
Sure.
I want to
Sorry, go
help
ahead,
too. I use guidance.
Okay, you use guidance.
What does guidance do?
Guidance, I need to touch Cock, and whatever spell he rolls, I can add a d4 to it. Or actually, you can roll a d4.
Hey, yo.
Yo, you need to touch cock.
Touching cock.
Alright. Shut the fuck up and take my help.
Shut the fuck up and take me.
And one.
Let's go.
All right, what'd you get?
19.
19. Okay, so you reach out in your mind and you feel a bridge connect. The bridge you felt a few times with the Dragonborn. And you try to locate him. The bridge swivels through space off the Aiden Keep and somewhere deep into the stars. And then you feel a connection. Although it's far more faint now that Archelion is not there to create or help assist in amplifying it. And you sense no fear from Cheros. You just see him stood in sort of a withered forest. He stands over the body of a purple-skinned tiefling with a wound on her chest, and you can see, you've never seen this person before. She's got short black hair, and where her tiefling horns typically are, they've been blunted down. And she's wearing sort of the bottom half of one of those guard suits that the invaders wore, and the top half is just like some normal armor. She's lying on the ground injured, and Cheros stands over her in sort of a protective stance, and then across behind a dying tree steps out this black armored green misting creature, this deformed freak that is the pirate lord Tradus. And you can hear him say, "Well, that I was not expecting." And then the bridge begins to break and shatter into a million pieces as he runs forward and swings towards Cheros, and then your connection breaks and your eyes open again in the room you were just in.
What did you see?
Well, Cheros was standing over a lady, and then his brother walked out and whacked him, and then I woke up.
We're rooting for you,
Only good
Cheros.
things can be happening over there.
He gave him a big hug. It's good to see you, brother. No. Maddie now just breaks down into tears. Oh my god, it's all my fault. It's all my fault.
No, Maddie. I go to console her, and if anything, this is our fault because we brought you back to life. Actually, that came out kind of weird.
Return her to the dead immediately.
I take out my axe.
The thing we can do, Maddie, is we can dedicate that someday we will meet Cheros again and win
On
this fight.
Battlefield.
Damn right.
She just cries into your, into your comfort.
That'll be all I'll say with that, unless anyone else wants to say anything, because
It's a
probably not
sad day
anything
when
that's
one loses an ally, but
yes.
he survived.
We haven't
with
lost a man.
threats before, escaping from traders. So hopefully he can escape once again back to us.
Indeed. We must have faith in our ally.
Yeah, that's what we're all doing secretly on the inside, but we're being strong for Maddie.
Yeah.
What's doing on the outside?
Silently, not saying anything. You having a seizure?
Well, Maddie, would you like to join us on our quest to stop traders? You can always use your skills on the gunnery seat.
I'm gonna go to war.
You ready to die against this fucker?
She's just like, I can't do anything.
Maddie,
should've just
it'll take
died.
time to make such a big
Should
decision.
just stay dead.
No,
No.
it's not that. Maddie, we brought you back because you were an invaluable part of the team. Even for as short as we knew you, we could tell your dedication to your cause.
Didn't we work
And you
with her
died by
like
it because
6 months before like the game started or something?
Yeah, a few months.
a few months, but when you did die, you died with honor. And many don't get that in death. So it may be difficult to rush back into a decision like this so quickly. And we don't want to force anything on you based on all the trauma that the past few weeks have brought us all. So I think it's best that you take some time to process everything that you're going through. And you don't need to feel rushed to a decision. And either way, we will support it.
One of the elder clerics steps forward and sort of puts a hand on her shoulder. Fuck me. And he says, "Yes, the revival process can be difficult, and whatever you just experienced, I'm sure did not help. Perhaps she should stay here for a few days and work through some things."
Yes, I trust that you all will know how to handle situations similar to this. So,
Yes.
And Maddie, we will always be back, and we will always keep checking in. And if you do need anything from us, let us know.
She lifts her head, and then there's just like this. She looks incredibly sad, and then when she looks over towards the spasming turtle in the background, there's just this utter look of fear in her eyes, and then she slowly gets up and follows the elder clerics to wherever they let her rest. Reinhardt's like, "Well, fuck."
Good job consoling her, you fucking assholes. Hey, welcome back from the dead. Want to get revived? Or go to war and die again? And then one of you's having a fucking seizure.
Yeah. Look at the great effects of war. You just have seizures out of nowhere.
That's great.
And you go through trauma.
I tried to keep that in character, but we have plenty of people that can serve us. We can't force someone who's gone through that much trauma. You know the battlefield. You know that it's not everyone who is as capable to deal with as much fucked up shit as we can. Maddie is a great ally, but if Maddie is not in the right state to be our ally, then she will be hurting herself and our crew.
Cock is slamming his head against the wall.
Cock, you need to stop freaking people out. Everybody gets rubbed the wrong way by you. I don't know if he ever said anything, but Jamal always thought you were a fucking weirdo.
Damn. Yeah. That's a bar.
Just being real, man.
For like
Gotta
5
like,
seconds,
some of that
Cock
stuff
goes
when
back
you're
to
in the
normal. He's
bedroom.
like, I did bark at Jamal more than most people. And goes back to slamming his head against the wall.
If you want, I mean, you don't know if it'll work, but you could try to reach out to Charos again if you wanted. But it's up to
Cock
you.
might be too brain damaged at the moment for that.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. You guys all sit in the chamber of the sanctuary after what had just happened. You came in here thinking you're about to get your crew all the way back together, and then may have just lost 2 members. So there is definitely a sort of panic set about.
Cock's gonna leave the chamber.
Cock storms out.
Man, that was
Reinhardt.
stressful. I need a drink.
Reinhardt's like, I'm not doing that again.
Cyrus, what will you do?
I don't think we have the few days to wait for Maddie to get better. So I will go see what Iva has gathered for us to temporarily add to the crew to get us on our way within the next 3 hours. So, or whenever our hyperdrive is done.
Okay.
Do you know of any way that we'd be able to communicate with Maddie and kind of stay in the loop on her condition?
How far do our communicators go?
As long as they're on basically the same, like, planet. So if you're on Aiden Keep, you could...
Could we communicate through our ships to the sanctuary directly?
Not to the sanctuary, but you could communicate with Iva and them.
No.
Yeah.
We'll leave a walkie-talkie here.
I just asked. They don't. It's only planet size. So when we're on Ragnarok, when hear shit. To rely on Iva and her crew to inform us of any changes.
Yes.
All right, well,
All we can do is hope the best for Maddie.
unless there's anything you guys want to do immediately,
Did we level up?
no. I think that's a good place to end the session. A good traumatizing place.
What happened?
William's been asleep for an hour.
Sort of.
Well,
More
you can get all the information when you don't listen to the fucking episode. So, all right.
Fucked.
All
right.
I was sort of nodding out for like the last 20 minutes.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
That is fine. Nothing important happened, so it didn't miss anything. All right, thanks for playing, guys. That was a fucking next session. Assuming interviewing for positions don't take an hour. Next session, you guys should begin your journey to Vekaros.
Level up.
Hopefully there's either more drinking or finally we get in a fucking battle.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
If you want to get into
Yeah.
a battle, you can just fucking punch somebody.
Yeah.
Start a ball.
Cause of me on the show.
Although I appreciate that you're not a murder hobo, Jacob.
Come here, Cock. I'm gonna punch you.
This is the longest we've gone without actively just murdering someone.
Yeah. I love it. I love the RP
So what you're
sessions.
saying is you want to murder someone.
Yes.
I want
All
to
right,
murder something.
Let's do it together.
We all want to. We're just not.
He just knows that he shouldn't because that thing just came back to life.